Where the frick am I? Oh, there I am. That threw me off. Where the frick is my chat? On Earth? I guess that's true. I am on Earth. Why is my chat not here though? What's going on here? Is it on my other thingies? No, it's not. What the frick? Oh, wait, sorry, wait. You know, like the one time I need chat to work and it's not working. It's fine. This is fine. We can fix this. Oh, I messed up. I need a... Uh-oh. There it is. I had to like... I always have to put my phone into mod view so that I can actually affect stuff on stream through my phone. Okay, wait, give me 1 second so that I can get my chat working. Okay, let me see if this works. I'm gonna do something new here. Okay. Okay, and then we put the source here. Oh Lord. Here, let me hide that really quickly. And then we do this, and then we put my name. That should work. Flashbang. It's not that. Oh, I guess it's dark for you, so that makes sense. I'm trying to fix this. Why is it so white? It affected me, couldn't type. Why is it so bright? Can I like dark mode this? I don't know if I can. This is very weird. I don't... I'm trying to figure this out. Oh yeah, by the way, so while I try and mess with this, we can try and explain. Why is chat not working? What is going on? Do I have to like reset something? Is chat like covered by something? It shouldn't be. This is the background. That's the chat background. Also, I didn't have my lights on. Yeah, I know that'll do it. that'll do it for you. Yeah, this is very weird. I don't know why this is not working. Yeah, this is very strange. Let me see if I can add like a new chat box source. Maybe that'll work. Chat box 2. Okay. Hi. Okay, now that's working for some reason. I don't know why that's working, but you know, that's interesting. Oh, this is gonna look a little bit strange, but is it better for me to put that like higher up or lower down? I don't know. The problem, why is it so high up? It's because the box is small. I could put it like down here, but then it won't reach as high. It's very weird how this works. I'm trying to mess with this. Because, like, the issue is if I mess with this too much, it's going to stretch in a way that I do not want it to stretch. So how do I, like, move it or, like, change its size so that it doesn't stretch? Because, like, if I were to, like, change the height... Oh, wait, no, that's actually working. I freaking lied. There you go. That'll be the new chat for now. I don't know why it's being weirdly finicky. All right, so I don't know what happened last night, honestly, Carrots. Okay, now let me actually start explaining. So I did a random stream last night. Or for me, it was last night. This was like 12 hours ago. So whatever time it is for you now, 12 hours ago is approximately when... Or not when I started streaming, but like it was during the period of time I was streaming. So I was streaming like super late at night for me. And like a bunch of people started showing up at the end of it. It was like freaking 3 a.m. and then a bunch of people started showing up and I got like 15 or something gifted subs. I think it was exactly 15 gifted subs. I still don't know why. I don't know why it happened the way that it did, but it did, and I'm very grateful. But yeah, a lot of people got gifted subs, and it was very, very kind of everybody to have done so. But yeah, it was crazy. Last night was a lot of stuff happened last night, and I don't know how good it is because I have a tendency to get carried away sometimes. Cause like a lot of my enjoyment from streaming is like interacting with people, you know. And when I have those moments of like, oh shoot, a bunch of people are showing up and like they're interacting and stuff, and then that's kind of crazy. And now I feel the urge to stream is strong in my heart. Namco and B1, yeah, Namco gifted like 10 subs or something. B1 gifted a few. A new person showed up. Their name is Positivity. They gifted like 1 or 2 subs or something like that. An old follower of mine showed up. I haven't seen them in a while. They gifted a couple of subs when I could have been there. You didn't have to. It's fine. It was 8 a.m. 12 hours ago. Yeah, I was streaming. This all happened around 12, like 11 hours ago. But I mean, that's pretty early for you. I don't expect you to show up at a time like that. I was awake by then. You're good. It's fine. Your priority should never be to wake up and then immediately be like, I need to watch streamer because school. Well, that's even better. Why the frick would you watch me when you should be focusing on school? That's even like a better reason not to. But yeah, the urge to stream for me right now is incredibly strong, and so you know, expect to see me a bit more for a few days. My first 2 classes were canceled. Why? What? You're in like high school, right? Or you should be in high school. That's so weird. Dude, like how often do my college classes get canceled? Even like high school classes, really. Oh wait, never mind. They don't exist. They don't exist, he says. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. I don't have first 2 lessons on Thursday. Nice. I mean, were you even awake then, or were you still sleeping? I don't know. But I mean, regardless, a lot of stuff happened, and the music is really quiet. Give me a second. I mean, it's fine for it to be quiet, but there you go. I was awake. Okay. Well, as I said, your priority should not be to watch me. Really any streamer, but me in particular. Although I guess, you know, for some reason people choose me as their streamer of choice, which is flattering. It is incredibly flattering. I am still like, I was like saying last night how I was like incredibly like flattered about everything that happened, like all the gifted subs and like the generosity. That's still, that like literally made my day. Like even right now, I'm like in disbelief that it all happened. So, and apparently I'm going to be playing Dark Souls because someone, or Namco, requested it. So I was like, you know what, sure. The next time Dark Souls goes on sale, Dark Souls 1 goes on sale, I will purchase it, and the next chance I get, it'll be my next project to play. At once I finish, you know, my current 2 projects, which is Silksong and whatchamacallit, Ender Magnolia. I need to finish those 2 games first. But after that, you know, we're good to go. Okay, so I currently am in the mood to stream more often. Partly because of what just happened, but like just generally, I want to be able to study more often. And so I've decided I'm gonna mess around with like some, how should I put it? I am going to be back typing in 5 minutes. Yeah, you're good. You're good. I want to experiment with some new stream schedules. Tuesday afternoons are still going to be normal. That's still going to be the chosen time that I wish to stream on. But I also want to try and go back to streaming like 3 or 4 times a week, which, I mean, I can manage. It's just going to be a matter of, I'm talking really slowly because I don't know actually why I'm talking really slowly, but I'm talking very slowly. And the general idea is I want to stream more often. And so I think the plan is to do like Tuesday and Thursday afternoons, and then like a random, like 2 random evening streams. Although I'm gonna do a lot more evening streams the next 2 weeks, just because I'm gonna be playing a lot of 2XKO, and whether or not I continue playing after is like iffy. I'm not actually sure. But regardless, that's the plan for now, anyways, on how I want to do things in terms of streaming. So I have a lot of things in mind, generally speaking, of how I want to continue to do stuff. And also I want to try and make like content, not like Twitch stuff, but like YouTube stuff. And not like I'm gonna go through my streams and then find like clips and then like turn into a short and post it. I mean, I might do that occasionally, but like I struggle with that just in general anyways. Just because it is difficult to... I literally just lost my train of thought. I was in the middle of like constructing a sentence about a thing, and the thing slipped my brain. So now my sentence has like nothing to catch on. So what the frick was going on? I know exactly what's going on. It's because on I have 2 monitors. My second one I have like my stream OBS stuff, and on my main monitor I have Steam open. And my dude, like a freaking moth to the flame, I'm just looking at like still images on the Steam store and I'm getting distracted. I'm literally distracting myself. Holy frick, what's wrong with me? Yeah, I want to, where was my train of thought? I want to stream more, yes. I'm gonna stream like 2 times, or two times, like Tuesday, Thursday, and then like random evening streams like littered throughout the week, especially for the next 2 weeks, but after that I'm not sure. Okay, I need to, I'm gonna minimize Steam. This is ridiculous. I can't believe I'm getting as distracted as I am. Holy frick, something's wrong with me. Okay, let me close this. There you go. Oh yeah, was I talking about games? Was that where my train of thought went away on? Maybe. Because it was what? Dark Souls, and I want to finish Silk Song, and then I want to finish Ender Magnolia. And then after that, I might do like a game in the middle and then go straight into Dark Souls. I was thinking about doing Dead Space, and then I realized just how freaking fried my brain is going to be after finishing Ender Magnolia and Silk Song, and then going straight into freaking Dark Souls of all things. So, but like, I don't want to play something super long either. Like, if I'm gonna do something chill, it's gonna, like, the first thing that comes to mind is like Digimon or like an RPG, and that's gonna take time, like a decent amount of time to do. So I feel like it would be strange to do baboons. BTD6. Or you say baboons and the first thing I think of is monkey balloons, and that's BTD6. I guess I could do a BTD6 stream. They like added a bunch of new content that I haven't really messed with all that much. They like introduced new beginner maps, and it pissed me off because now my first page is no longer all black borders. So now I have to like complete that. I have to fix that so that that looks good. Or like the first page of my beginner maps for Bloons Tower Defense is all black borders, because now I think there's like one that's a silver border, because I was in the middle of doing it and then I stopped playing because I do not play often. I don't know. Bloons Tower Defense, like, I need like a certain mood, and like the mood happens like once every month or two, in which case I spend like an entire night, like 6 or 7 hours just playing Bloons Tower Defense, and then I like wake up from my stupor. I'm like, what the frick have I been doing the past 6 hours? And then I just stopped. No, you were correct. You were talking about Bloons Tower Defense? Okay. I could also do like just chatting streams and then throw in Rusty's retirement. That would be a sick idea. Although that would just be like a Rusty's retirement stream with just chatting on the side. Or just chatting with Rusty's retirement on the... Honestly, like, Rusty's retirement is such a chill game that I don't think it really freaking matters. And if you don't know what Rusty's retirement is, it is it's a farming game. It's an automated farming game that just sits on your browser, and it just does farming, and you could just do whatever else you would like to do in your free time as it runs like on your browser. It's great. It's awesome. It's such a great game. I love it so much. Sounds good. I've actually streamed it once, and by streamed it once I mean I did a just chatting stream with Rusty's retirement playing in the background. I still have the source for it too. Like if I opened it, I'm sure it'll show. Actually, here I can literally open it because I'm sure it'll automatically capture somewhere. Where's it gonna show up? I actually don't know where it's gonna show up as it opens. Oh, I know why it looks like that. Give me a second. Yeah, okay, I know exactly why it looks like this. Yeah, there it is. It's on the side over there. I think the main issue is I need to make the black bit transparent. But I think the oh, is this? I cropped this, didn't I? Yeah, I cropped it. Okay, and the reason why it looks like, okay, I understand now. So if I go here, do I have one that's horizontal? Yeah, I do. So this is a horizontal one. There it is. I'll probably have to like figure out how to do this like more properly and like crop it a little bit better. Actually, I could probably do that right now. How would I go about cropping? I do not know. Get the idea though. It's like a thing that like stretches like either horizontally or vertically, and then you just farm and it's great. This is one of my farms. I have a few. How did I complete this farm? Sort of. I mean, I unlocked like all the land, it seems. It's just like developing these areas. Dude, just looking at this, it makes me want to like just sit down and freaking lose myself into. I also know they like introduced a whole bunch of new stuff, like a whole bunch of new crops, a whole bunch of new NPCs. Is awesome. I finished showering. You take a very fast shower, sir. But yeah, it's literally just like you have all this, like you just set up farming stuff, and then like you set up automation, and then you watch as like everything just happens. It's awesome. I could probably crop it a little bit better, but you know. No, I take like 5+ minutes. That's crazy. I take like a 10-minute shower. Sometimes 15 if I like just like worked out or something. Wow. Yeah. It's actually not good for you either. Taking long showers is not good for you. My father would never let me. Ah, that makes sense. Wait, no, so what you gotta do, because the hot water will run out. Ah, I see. That makes sense. You don't take cold showers? I take cold showers sometimes. Although, to be fair, my cold showers are usually shorter. They do run around the 5-minute mark. Only when it's summer. Yeah, that makes sense. I take cold showers like after I work out, or like when I really need to wake up in the morning. Like I get up at like 4 or 5 a.m. or something, and I'm like, oh frick. Let me take a quick cold shower to wake me up. Like as like a literal shock to my system. It's completely necessary. Some would say, well, yeah. I would take them if it's hotter than like 20 degrees Celsius, or I don't know Fahrenheit. 20 degrees Celsius is like 60 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, 68 Fahrenheit. I'm getting a little bit better with Celsius, a little bit. My phone has been set to Celsius, so I can slowly get used to what it is. The problem is I can't compare it. Like, because it's always Celsius. Whenever I ask it, like, what's the weather right now? It tells me in Celsius, and I'm like, I don't know what the Fahrenheit equivalent to that is. That plus, like, how I perceive heat is a little wonky. Because, like, my body adjusts to the season fairly quickly. So, like, during the summer, like, I can deal with heat very, very easily. And when it gets really, really cold, my body adjusts as well. So like I can deal with the cold pretty decently. And because I live in Michigan, we get all of the seasons here, every single one of the seasons in full force too. Summers get crazy hot, winters get crazy cold. Shifted way too much to the cold. Yeah, it's been really okay. Maybe not like the past couple of days, but like last week and the week before was incredibly cold. Like it was snowing a lot. I spent a lot of my time shoveling snow. But you know, it's things that must be done. I don't know. If you couldn't tell by the fact that my whole thematic is beach in summer, I like hot weather a lot better than cold weather. My body just acclimates to it a lot easier. It's not even just like hot weather. I also like humidity. I like hot, humid. I rather -10 Celsius than 30. We differ there. I prefer 30 degrees Celsius over -10 Celsius. That's where we differ. I would melt. Really? It's not that hot. I went to a place where it was like 40 degrees Celsius, and I was vibing. I mean, it was hot, obviously. and I was sweating, but like it wasn't like too bad. And it was like that for like weeks. And I was mad chilling. I went to Vietnam and I was sitting under the AC. That would make sense. I mean, I understand why people like cold weather more. It's just I personally much prefer hot and humid. My body is just better for it. I would set the AC to 20 and my father said it's too cold. That's funny. So like you have the heat on for like 22, 23, 25, I don't know. But that is funny. But that's the range I could fall asleep at. Oh, I could sleep in any condition, I think. Well, maybe not any condition, but a lot of conditions. 22 would be a little too warm. Ah, I see. I see. I don't know. Again, my sense of temperature is really skewed all over the place. So I don't know like what's normal. 22, I'd be fine. I'd be totally fine. Although one thing I will say about colder weather that I enjoy is clothing. I really like wearing like hoodies and like longer pants and stuff. And it's something I can't pull off as much in hotter weather. I also enjoy like winter fashion more generally. Not even just winter fashion, like just like colder weather in general. Like those kind of clothing. That is one thing I appreciate about winter, but I mean, I still like summer more. It also is weird because I hate wearing socks. Socks suck. I'd much rather just be barefoot all the freaking time. And obviously, feet get cold when it's cold. So you gotta wear socks and shoes. But I need to wear like things that don't obstruct my feet as much. That's where I'm at overall. Generally speaking. But yeah, I mean, I am themed after summer for a reason. Actually, you know what's really funny is that okay, I'm gonna be touching around LCN, even though I said I wasn't gonna talk about it too much. But when I first joined LCN, like the whole idea was that all of the VTubers under LCN was going to be like themed after a season. But like it was solely focused on your personality and like your voice and stuff, like how you portrayed yourself and like how you are as a person. They never actually like talked to us about like which season we would prefer, or you could check like which season you would want to be and like which one you're auditioning for. I auditioned for summer and autumn. Yeah, I auditioned for summer and autumn, and I honestly don't remember the personality traits that they were looking for each one. But those are the two. Actually, did I also audition for winter? I might have also auditioned for winter because my personality can be blunt and cold sometimes. But I think summer suited me fairly well over in the end. And it was funny because when I was talking to our manager at the time, I was like, yeah, summer's actually like my favorite season, so this kind of works out. They're like, really? We hate summer. It's too hot. Like, we much prefer the colder weather. And I'm like, dang. Well, I mean, it worked out though that I ended up being the summer boy. I get too nostalgic whenever I talk about LCN. I need to stop talking about it. Or there's a reason why I made the video, even though the video is really poorly edited and made. And the thumbnail makes me... Ugh. I am now wearing the Vietnam flag. I assume you got it from when you were in Vietnam, or you just happened to have a Vietnam flag shirt. It's the flag with just like, there's a lot of red to it, right? Was it a star? And a headband that says I love Vietnam. We love other countries out here. Vietnam's awesome. Or other places in general are great and awesome. Actually, now that I think about it, who else got a gifted sub? Zimzam. I haven't seen him in a while. Lynn. Lynn is great. She was here a few days ago. Was it last week? I think it was last week that she was here. Habe got one. Good for him. Guy with a table and chair. I haven't seen him in a while, but I'm glad that he got one. MX got one. I don't know the next time we'll see her around, but that's cool. Positive and gone. Ori got one. B got one. You got one. And then like a few other people. It's literally a triangle flag. Oh, I see. I think I understand what you're talking about. Like the banner flags. I don't know, but yeah. Let's just agree that we both are talking about what we want to talk about and move on. We shall agree to this. A Vietnamese football soccer kit? A kit? What do you need in a football kit? Like, does it come with like a jersey, cleats, like shin guards, and a ball? The idea of like a sports kit feels like it should more apply to sports that like require like tools. No, the clothing. Oh, okay. I thought it was like something that lets you play the game like a kit. Kit means the jersey and shorts. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about sports. I know a lot about esports, or certain esports, but not like general sports. Not general sports, for better or for worse. Which is really funny because I know I'm getting older because all my friends are starting to get into like American football or like other sports and stuff. And I'm like, what happened? Is this like a part of like growing up? Is like starting to root for like certain teams and sports and crap? Is that just like a thing that happens, like a transitional period when you mature? Does that mean I'm immature because I still think sports are lame and I'm watching esports? Like I watch freaking StarCraft and like Street Fighter and 2XKO, and occasionally I'll watch like Apex or like Valorant and League of Legends. And like I always just randomly watch TNS stuff, which is it's a fighting game org that runs a bunch of tournaments for different fighting games. So like recently they did BB Tag, which is a game that I hold dear to my heart because it's the first game that I like. It's the first fighting game that I like purchased, but I can never say that I actually learned how to play it because I never actually like played matches of BB Tag online anyways. I like went over to like a club in college and I played some matches of BB Tag with people there, but like none of us really knew what we're doing. We're just mashing. But BB Tag was a really cool game. They also did like a DNF duel tournaments, which was really awesome because actually I guess technically I did learn how to play DNF. It's just I didn't play that many games of DNF because at the time I think I was also playing Guilty Gear Strive, and in the end I just prefer to play Guilty Gear over DNF. But like Dragon Knight is my my beloved. Dragon Knight is so fun. Why do I still feel the headband and flag on me even though I took them off? It's because like loving Vietnam is a part of you now. It's not just something that you wear on your skin. You wear it on your spirit. Vietnam, Vietnam. Well, to be fair, okay, let's hear it. I'm listening. My ears are wide open. I am genetically Vietnamese. Oh, very nice. Very, very nice. I am genetically Vietnamese. That is a funny way to put that. Born and raised in Ukraine, but my parents are Vietnamese. I see. So it's like how I am spiritually and genetically Korean, but I was born and raised in the US. Actually, that's not true. I was born in South America, and then I was raised in USA. It's a funny thing that I like to tell people is my parents are Korean. I was born in South America, raised in USA. I learned Japanese, and all my friends are Chinese. Therefore, I am the most American person you've ever met because I was born in one America and then raised in the other America. But, you know, my knowledge, my cultural knowledge of stuff is all over the place. Korean essay is great. I get to root for 2 different countries for the games that I watch. Is like the Korean players are like USA players. So like back when I was like super into OS and like Korea was like pretty, it was in like Ruruchi was still playing and like Cookie Z was still playing and Snow White was known as Snow White and not Havik and stuff. And like Korea was like known as like had like the best OS team at the time. I remember like watching was it Korea versus USA went down to grand finals. I actually watched that live. That was an insane match. And then like very soon after USA just like started winning everything. But like either way, I'm winning, son. 2015, 2016, somewhere around there. Yeah, I think so. It was like an insane. I even remember the song too that they played for grand finals. I don't know. I don't know what it's called, but I hear it. Yeah, it was grand finals. They went into the tiebreaker match. It was USA versus, or was it USA versus Korea? Maybe it wasn't China. Was it China versus USA? Furiosa Miller, maybe. Let me see. What was it? Oh, whoops. Dang, this is only like grand finals, like freaking like the more recent matches. I'm trying to look for like 2015. No, this is not the one that I am that I'm thinking about. Is it this one? No. It was not 2015. For that USA wasn't even top. I see. Maybe I have it wrong. No, it's not 2016 either. Dang, was it like a lot later than I thought? $2019? No, that's not. Maybe it wasn't grand finals then. Maybe it wasn't grand finals. Maybe it was I swear it was though. Was it even older than that? There's no way. I've not been playing OS for that long. Was it Korea versus USA? I honestly don't remember anymore. Oh, it's 2013. It was Korea versus Taiwan. Actually, I don't even know. Yeah, this is when freaking like Shizuru and Dungeon were still playing. Dude, I forgot about these people. This is 2013 Grand Finals. I remember watching this one live. Dang, I was playing OS for a really long time. Since 2013. Holy frick. Yeah. Snow White was still Snow White. Was one rank 1 before? I don't remember, to be honest with you. I just don't remember. I didn't pay too much attention to like the overall rankings. I was pretty much just watching like the World Cup at the time. I'm asking like if I was there. No, you're good, you're good. But yeah, I do remember this. Because I remember like after seeing the grand finals, I like took time to like start playing the grand final song. I was 3 learning English, probably. I don't know. Yeah. Don't make me feel old, Carrots. I mean, I was 13 at the time, to be fair, but I was like 13, 12, 13. I was probably 13. But you're making me feel old. You're making me realize I'm 10 years older than you are. But yeah, wow, that's crazy. This was from 2013. That's insane. And I peaked. This is not when I peaked. I peaked when I was like 15. And I wasn't even like that good compared to I guess compared to you. But, you know. Oh, so my age. I see. No. That's not the issue. No, you're good. You're good. But dang. 2013. That's crazy. That deserves Unk status in OS. To be fair, I haven't really watched all that many worlds like before or after this 2013 worlds. I think this is like the only one that I actually like watched whenever I could. But you know, school and stuff, but like I actually did watch this one. A lot of other World Cups I didn't watch often. Like I would watch some matches between certain countries. Like I would watch USA matches occasionally, or I would watch like people that I liked, because like at the time like Happy Stick was streaming, and he was probably like the best O streamer at the time because BTMC wasn't around. So I was watching Happy Stick, and how that man manages to talk while playing the game and read chat like confused the hell out of like everybody that watched him. But I remember like Happy Stick, like Azer was still playing. Who else was I watching at the time? It was mostly Azer and Happy Stick, I think, were the 2 content creators I watched the most. Because I didn't really watch Cookiesy all that much because his streams were just like silent streams. He would just play, which is like fair. Like you watch Cookiesy because he's good at the game, not because he like talks. But like I enjoyed watching Happy Stick because like he was so good at reading chat and talking to his chat while playing the game. And I was like, how the frick do you do that? That's like, especially after like now, like holy frick, that's like 2014, 2015, something. I don't remember the exact years. Now Happy Stick and Azer, they don't really play the game as much. Like they're not competitive at all, but they do commentate. So it's really cool seeing like Azer occasionally, because I know he doesn't really play, or at least he doesn't like create content for us anymore. Yeah, he commentates. I don't know if he like plays, but I know he commentates. But I used to freaking like watch him stream. like a long time ago. Gosh dang. Huh. Dang. I'm old. Unk status. Os Unk status. I don't think I was like playing. I don't think I was playing when Peppy was like the best player in the world. Actually, the reason why I got into Os was because I watched like a random YouTube video of someone playing Pika Girl, and I was like, "That's sick. I want to play it." So then I started playing. He played a tourney in October last year. Really? I did not know. I know he like stopped like making content for the game, and he started playing like other rhythm games like K-Shoot. But I guess he still plays. Good for him. I've peaked. I think that my issue with Os is I'm way too inconsistent and I'm just not fast enough. My reaction speed is very slow. I started playing when I saw the BTMC 2023 Os Rewind. It's so interesting seeing like watching BTMC become like the de facto like content creator for Os. I am inconsistent. Yeah. Well, my issue is I'm not fast. I'm very slow. Like Hard Rock and DT, I cannot do Hard Rock or DT on like 5-star maps. Anything that's higher than like an AR 9.2 or 9.3, I cannot follow. I used to be a lot better at it. Like I think there was a period where I was able to do AR 9.5. But not anymore. I mean, it doesn't help that I took a huge long break from the game, and then like I basically play the game like once a year now. It's a comfort game. Like it's like occasionally I'll have a day where I'm like, I have nothing to do. Like, what do I do? And it's just like I look down, like my tablet's on the table, and I'm like, well, let's play some Os, and then I'll play like for an hour or two, and I'll get upset because I'm like, I'm freaking washed up, and then I'll stop playing again, only to return like a few months later. That's my current relationship with the game. But I mean, it's great. Funnily enough, I did stream Os a couple of times, and I actually did get a few people to like watch me because of it, because of how niche of the game it is and how much people enjoy it. I wouldn't try grinding unless I set a 200. Isn't that like relatively easy now though? Like once you reach a certain skill level, because like there's so many PP grind maps that like skyrocket your PP size, you know. Dang, so it's Korea versus Taiwan. I remember watching this. That's crazy. I mean, yeah, but like it's still difficult. I guess that's fair. How many 200 PP scores do I have? I don't think I have that many. What the frick was my username again? This is like my old password, yeah. $125,000. I think just being 6 digits upsets me. Oh, no title is 246 now. That's crazy. Like farming 6.5 minimum is not too fun because of the spaces. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22. I did no title 10 years ago. Yeah, I have 22 scores. One of these is from 8 months ago, actually, which is funny. But my highest score is from 10 years ago. 10 years ago! I was freaking 15 or 16. Holy crap. I've been playing this game. And I have a bunch of scores at 199. Or I have like 3 or 4 scores at 199. 37. Well, you are the better player than now, which is fine. I've long like understood that I am not that good at this game. In the rework, I will have 55 to 57. In the rework, oh, they're doing another change. I see. Dang. In the past, I remember telling myself like I'll keep up with OS so that I'll like stay within 5 digits in the global ranking. But I don't even like now. That's just like impossible. That's just impossible, dude. I'd have to like sit down and really grind the game again, but I don't want to do that. I like the games I'm currently playing. How about laser? Oh, no different. No different. Time to grind like 400 raw PP. Nah. 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 That's just way too much work. Wait, let me check something. I mean, I ain't going anywhere. Oh, wait, this is all laser. Whoops. I want to see your PP in the rework. I don't know. I don't think anything will really change. Holy frick. It is so funny to see like all the hidden. I have no mod scores. I'm quite literally just like a sole hidden player. Insane. There's like 2 scores that I see that doesn't have hidden, and these are like long time ago. Dang, I really was a hidden player for some time, like over 10 years. You gain 234 PP. Yeah, bigger PP, baby. But it is subject to change. Oh, maybe I should grind so I hit 5k PP and then just stop forever. I don't even know what the current grind maps are though. I'll probably just like continue grinding the maps I already have instead of downloading new ones. That sounds like a pain. Yeah. Yeah. What a great game this game is. 12,000 current online users. It's actually interesting. I don't know how like actually popular this game is overall. Like how many like users and such that this game gets. Holy frick. There are like people on my friends list that are still playing. Crazy. Also, no title will be 3rd in your... No! That's a score that I'm literally the most proud of. No, why would they do this to me? Sad. You can tell I'm like too nostalgic when the score that I'm most proud of is like one of my oldest ones. Like that score was... No! It can't be Achumase. No! Dude, I hate that. I hate this score. I don't even think I FC'd it. I don't think I even FC'd this map. I think I literally missed on like a slider or something. I'm tilted. Dude, no. I don't want to take it back. Dude, I literally like I did this map just because it was like the highest like star rated map that like I was kind of close to FCing. Like I did it like once or twice and I was like, oh, I got pretty far. I can try. You're freaking kidding me. I'm freaking tilted. I'm freaking tilted. Colorful could take in some. I'm down for colorful. I actually really like the map, or I like the song. I'm down for that. Just not Achuma Seishun. Anything but that, please. I don't want that to be my top score. I will literally start grinding the game so I could beat that score in PP if necessary. I do not want that one. I will like 100% Taketori Hisho or something, because I know I was really close to like 100%ing that map. Like I will figure something out, but please, anything but Achuma Seishun. Also, that map is freaking annoying. I can't believe I grinded that. I'm tilted. Oh god, now I kind of want to play OS again. No, I can't. I'll get tilted. I'll like play it and then I'll be like, this is fun, and then I'll like sit down and try and FC stuff, and I'm gonna get tilted. I can't let this happen. Dude, I can't freaking FC 6-star maps. I've gotten close, but I can't do it. I just have to stick with my high 5 stars or like mid 5-star maps. I got depressed when I started FCing maps, and I was like, bro, like, I'm getting like 0 PP from these. Even though they're like 5.5-star maps or something, because of the, like all the other like decently high scores that I've managed to pull. Like this game is punishing, dude. It's so punishing. And there's some maps I've FC'd like offline that I still have yet to actually be able to FC online. Like, gosh, dang it. Gosh, dang it. Whatever. I'm glad that my stocks are that my OS stocks. I invested into these maps, and now I'm waiting for the stock market to increase their weight. And it fluctuates. Although I think overall I've gained more than I've lost. But I think a lot of it is because I'm like I'm a hidden jump player. And a lot of the stuff in the past that were like grindy maps were like stream, like fast DT, like hidden hard rock stuff. Just FC this with hidden and 13100s, Ultramus and Takehirote and Violet Delta Christmas slop. It's a Sotarks map. Of course it's a Sotarks map. 5.95 stars or something like that. I mean, I'm sure like I could, if I sat down and grinded like any Sotarks map, I could probably get decent PP, because that's just how Sotarks maps work. I don't want to be a Sotarks map grinder though. Come on now. I'm not that desperate yet. That's the minimum. Oh god. Dang. Okay. Let me. No. You don't have to look into it for me. I genuinely don't care all that much. I don't care all that much. I'm probably not going to go back and play this game anytime soon. Although watching the 2025 or some of the 2025 OS World Cup matches, FC Hibana or Ghost Rule, really interesting. I actually already FC'd Ghost Rule, but I did it offline. Actually, I did it on stream, which is why I did it offline. So I've technically already FC'd that. It's just you know, I did it offline and I never ended up actually going back to properly doing it. What map set? I do not remember. I'd have to open OS to tell you, but you know, I did have a FC on Ghost Rule offline. Star rating like 5 point something. I don't know. This was a while back. This is like a year or two ago. But I was still streaming OS. Holy frick. And the reason why I stopped streaming OS is because my VODs kept getting copyright struck. Oh, then it won't be enough, I think? Ah, I see. Never mind then. Don't worry about it. What a crazy game this is. Oh, why am I yawning? What is going on? My hair is getting too long. I need to like pull back my hair so that like my camera can capture my eyes. I've noticed that like my eyes have been closed a lot during my streams and stuff because my hair is getting really long. So I need to like get like a headband or like a hairband or something. Something like that. But it's a DT farm. Yeah, I'm not fast. I am very slow. There's a reason why I'm a hidden player, dude. Actually, it's really bad. It's gotten so bad. I cannot play the game no mod anymore. Approach circles are just too messy. When there's too many approach circles, I fall back. It's like 42 seconds, no mod. Ah, I see. Become an easy player. You don't get PP from doing easy maps though. That reduces your score, I'm pretty sure. Unless they changed how it works. But I think like easy players are, it's more about like doing the maps, you know? It's abnormal. The rework will buff easy. I see. I mean, it's probably pretty hard to make changes to easy because some people use easy to like actually make maps easier, while other people use easy to make maps just like freaking like unreadable messes. Oh. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter, I guess. So HD easy spin and flashlight on top diff of heat abnormal AR5 for 280 pp now and 560 p. Damn, they're literally doubling it. That's crazy. At AR -5. Oh. Interesting. How the frick do you even play something like that? That's crazy. Yeah, that's insane. How do you even play that? I don't know. I don't understand it. At that point, you're just memorizing the map. I feel like flashlight players, like, it's impressive to watch. Don't get me wrong, but you're just memorizing the entire map. Which is like an insane skill, to be fair. Like, it's not easy at all to memorize and then like, you know, play it out. But like, whenever I see flashlight, in a weird way, I'm like, they're kind of cheating. I don't know how like much more difficult it is to play flashlight over DT, but like, it's like a different skill set, I guess, to be fair. It is a very different skill set. So you know what, never mind. I think when I was younger, I used to think, dang, people who play flashlight are just cheating. But now that I think about it, like, it is a different skill set. It's like, you're either, dude, I can't wait for the day when people start running flashlight on like on the world stage. I would assume it's just too inconsistent to pull off to any consistent degree. Never. That's the answer. I'm not putting any of those mods. Also, I'm not gonna stream OS anymore, I don't think. I think I'm done streaming OS. If I'm gonna stream like rhythm games, I'd rather stream other stuff, you know? Like like Hatsune Miku Project Diva. Although the reason why I haven't been streaming that game is because the performance isn't super great when I streamed it in the past. But to be fair, I streamed it on my previous gaming laptop. I haven't done it yet on my new PC. So it'll probably be better there. Or maybe I'll play like, what's the app? The Hatsune Miku app. Rhythm game? Is it Colorful Stage? I'm not even gonna I'm not even gonna like entertain whatever the frick you just put down. I'm not gonna entertain that. I got lost at NC. Let's just put all the mods in and then like mod in other mods to make the game even more difficult for some reason. As I said, no more OS for me. At least not streaming it. I'll play it on my own free time. And like, if DD comes back and requests it, I'll consider it. Maybe. Probably not, but maybe if DD asks for it. But I haven't seen her in a while. I just don't think I'm that good at the game. I'm not good enough at the game compared to all the... I'm not good enough or dedicated enough to like really spend time streaming it. I don't think. I just prefer to play other stuff. It's not even like I have the right to, or like I feel like I don't have the right to. It's just like I think other OS streamers will be able to provide more than I ever could for the game as a streamer, and it'd be better if I just did other stuff instead. I don't need to introduce OS to like my community. I think I have a YouTube VOD of me playing OS. I think. Yeah, I think I only have one YouTube VOD of me playing OS because I tend not to upload those because they're always copywritten. But this was like literally among like the first few streams I've ever done, and like the thumbnail is awful because I put it together in like 2 minutes. But it's there. It exists. Yeah, so one thing I was thinking about was like making YouTube content, like videos or shorts and stuff, and like I'm not sure what angle to start taking that, you know? Cause where is it? Because generally speaking, when you generally speaking, when you like create a channel for yourself and start like uploading stuff, you kind of have to start off at least a little bit with, how should I put it? You have to start off by like building a profile and like having people understand like what kind of content you're planning on making, and then branch out from there. So like be consistent at first and then maybe make other stuff later down the line. So like, am I gonna brand myself as like a YouTube like highlight, like a Twitch stream highlight like channel where I just go through a bunch of my streams of me playing games from start to finish, string them together into like a 30, 40, 50-minute video, and then post those? Because those do pretty well. Right now, longer videos do pretty well. It'll just take me a long time to edit things out and then like put things together. Like literally months. And I'll probably have to like do multiple videos at a time just to like make sure that things like come out properly. Or I could like do other stuff. I just don't know what that other stuff could be. I think there's a lot of room for me to like try out stuff in general. And I'm just not sure how what I could do. Easy, no fail, flashlight, hidden nightcore, classic. Of course, it has to be nightcore instead of DT. Mirrored, relax, spin out, barrel roll, deflate, freeze frame, muted, no scope, synesthesia, and wiggle. What the frick? Nice. Insane. That's the mod combo. Dude, I don't even know what half those mods are and what they do. I've never... That or I just like don't recognize them because I don't really touch like a lot of the mods. It's easy translation. I see. No scope. Muted freeze frame. Oh, it's laser. That makes sense. Do I still have laser installed? I don't think I do. I do not. I guess I removed it for some reason. After Nightcore, it's all laser. I see. Mirrored is pretty interesting. Or playing a map mirrored. That would throw me off for like the maps that I played a ton. I don't know why I'm yawning. If we could have every mod on, it would look like this. It looks like there's like a meme in there. Like you move around some of the letters, you can get sussy. Although I think that's just the brain rot hitting me. Like I don't even watch TikTok and I'm already brain rotted. I can only imagine what it must be like for people who actually do that kind of stuff. Because you slept at 5 last night? No, I went to sleep at 4:30. When did I end stream? I ended stream at like 4:25. And then what did I do? I brushed my teeth, lay in my bed, turned on a StarCraft game, and then fell asleep listening to it. Also, hi, Gone. But yeah, that's what I did. So maybe I did fall asleep at 5, but I tried to go sleep earlier than that. But I swear I got at least... When did I wake up? I got at least like 6 hours of sleep because I woke up at around 11 a.m. 10 or 11. 10:30, I think. And then I forced myself to get up and do a bunch of stuff, and here we are. Also, it's very strange thinking that I literally just streamed less than 12 hours ago. And here we are again. Because I've been streaming like once a week for the past like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 months. And like this week, this is like my 3rd stream. Are we grinding 2xKO today? Maybe tonight. Yo, that'd be insane if I stop streaming today, or if I stop streaming in like an hour from now and then I pull up another stream later tonight. But as I said, 2xKO I'm reserving for evening streams. Yeah, I'm reserving that for like night streams because how should I put it? I think it's better for me to stick to like my normal like single player stuff during the day and then go back to and only like really grind stuff during the actual degen hours, you know? But that's just me. That's just me. But we'll see. If I feel like there's room for me to like stream that during the day as well, then maybe I'll do it. But I think I'm gonna try and separate the content from afternoons to evenings. I don't know your schedule these days. I don't know either, to be honest with you, Gon. It was always like stream on Tuesday afternoons from like 2 to like 5 or 6, maybe 7 if like I get lost in the sauce. And then what is it? That's it. It was really just once a week. But I think I'm trying to stream more often over the past few weeks. And so Carrots, you can stop. You don't have to keep putting OS notation, dude. It's fine. But I do want to start streaming more often. So I'm gonna aim for like 2 afternoon streams a week. Streams. What the frick is wrong with me? 2 afternoon streams a week, and then like 1 or 2 evening streams a week. But this week, no problem. This week and next week, I'm gonna be doing a lot of Gorilla like evening streams because I'm gonna be grinding 2xKO. Maybe I'll even do it tonight. I'm not sure. We'll see. I I think that's too much streaming though. I think 2 streams in a single day would be a lot, but I think it would be interesting to just stream whenever I'm playing 2xKO. So we'll see how that ends up going. But at least for the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna be streaming a lot more, at least at nights. And then after February 14th, or that weekend, the weekend of Valentine's, I'm going to have to like sit down and really consider how I want my stream schedule to go. I'm thinking, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, because I have people who tune in at different times of the day, because I have people from EU and I have some people from the US that watch my streams. I'm thinking I separate the games out, so I'm playing 2 games at a time on stream. So like afternoon, I'll be playing like, I don't know, what's an example? I'll be playing like Silk Song, and then the evening I'll be playing like, I don't freaking know actually. Digimon. Something along those lines. And then we just like cycle through. Like once I finish one game on one period of day or period of time, then we'll start something new. And the idea is to make it so if you can only tune in for evening streams, you'll be able to get the evening like content. And if you can only tune in for like the afternoon stuff, then you only get the afternoon stuff. Or afternoon for me. At the very least. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not sure if it's better to do it that way or for me to just play one game for both periods of time and then just hope. And then just not hope, but like just have you guys be really confused. Like Monday evening, I play game, and the next time you tune in is like Wednesday, and it's like, what the frick happened on Tuesday? And I'm like, a lot. This guy died, this guy survived, this guy came back to life, and that guy died. And it's like, what the frick? A lot of stuff can happen in like 3 to 4 hours. Oh, actually, there's one thing I need to do. So I've been playing, I did stream Expedition 33 all the way up until I beat like the base game. I've been doing the posts in my free time. So in my free time, I've been playing more Expedition 33. I kind of regret doing that because there's some like really interesting stuff in the story that happens that I wish that I knew was still there so that I could like stream it. But right now, I just stopped at like one of the hardest bosses in the game, and I want to stream me fighting him. Like I've yet to actually try fighting him. I think it'd be very funny for me to show up and be like, all right, guys, are you guys ready to watch my booty get smacked? That's the idea. But I don't know. Stream schedule wise, things are like all over the place. I'm like way more motivated to stream right now because of what happened last night. Like I'm incredibly motivated to stream more. And I hope I can ride this high for a long time to come here. But at the same time, I also know that depending on how like future stream goes. Also, what is this 2xKO wish list later? I'm going to make a wish list for 2xKO in like 30 minutes. Or I'm going to start making it and we're going to go through it fairly quickly. Or I'm going to try to go through it fairly quickly. But it's literally just like 2xKO is the fighting game I'm playing. And it is the Riot game, like League of Legends. So low-key, why not just stream whenever you are playing something you want to share? There's a couple of reasons for that. One of them is because some games are good for streaming and others are not. For example, like I think like CSGO, like Counter-Strike and like Valorant and like Apex and like League of Legends, or League a little bit less so, but because of how like popular of a game it, like these are really good streaming games because literally anybody can like tune into your stream and know what's going on, even if they do not know what Valorant is. They've never seen Valorant gameplay before. If you watch a streamer that you like watching and then they're playing Valorant, you can understand what's happening pretty quickly. Like you tune in, they get shot and die, you type Omega lol, you know? same with like Dark Souls. Like there's these games where like you don't know what's going on really, but like things are fairly straightforward enough that you can just tune in and immediately understand the general premise of it, right? Like, and like, you know, there's some games that like transcend that, where like you know of the game enough that like you know what's going on. Like if I load up Dark Souls, right, as an example, because I am going to be playing Dark Souls, literally anybody will be like, oh, you died to boss, you suck. Or the other way around, where people are like really like, oh, that like you'll get it next time, you know? That's like the dichot. That's like, those are examples of like good stream games. Then you have games in the middle that are like, they're good, kind of. They might not be easy to like come in and tune in to see, to like understand what's going on. But like, whether you have a dedicated audience or you're playing a niche game that people love, those type of games are like very good in that you will like tap into a niche audience that love the game, or like, you know, there's like legacy. And then there are games that are just not good to stream. And the ones that I think of are like typical like JRPGs. Now, I would like to state that there's a big difference between like legacy RPGs like Chrono Trigger and like Final Fantasy VII versus like I'm trying to think what's like a good example of like a RPG. Oh, I think Fire Emblem isn't a very good game to stream, even though people love Fire Emblem and like you'll get people to watch it because Fire Emblem is a fun game. The actual gameplay is kind of boring. It's not very fun to watch someone play like the actual game, but it's like, and like if you're not following the story, it gets really confusing as to like what exactly is going on. So the reason I'm saying this, Gon, is because a lot of the games I play in my free time are just not very good stream games. And regardless of like how you perceive streaming a game takes more mental energy compared to just playing it alone. So like I like, what's a game that I was playing in my free time recently? I was playing Oxygen Not Included. And I don't think Oxygen Not Included is a very interesting game. But, you know, you never know what's going to catch on. That is true. As I said, there's an audience for everything. There is an audience for everything. But I think some games are just kind of boring to watch, and they're boring to like commentate and play over. And it just like takes up more mental energy, and in my mind, it's just not worth it. Which category would you put Subnautica in? Because that's the one I discovered you with. I think there's a lot of niche. Okay, I think horror games are really good stream games. Subnautica is not quite horror, but it's a very well-known IP, and it does tap into a lot of like horror aspects. I would consider Subnautica more of a thriller. It is a survival game, so that's like a bit iffy, but I think there's a lot of love for Subnautica that a ton of people are more than happy to watch someone play the game. Cause like, I think there are some games where like, as someone who like loves this game, you know, you just want to watch a new player play it, you know? I think Subnautica is the perfect example of this. Like, as like you love Subnautica, like you've spent hours, like hundreds of hours playing through the game, like doing like the challenges and stuff. And like in a weird sort of way, you kind of miss the novelty of having playing through Subnautica for the first time. So you watch somebody play it for the first time. I think that is like a very good, like Subnautica is a good example of a game like that. It's a niche game that a lot of people absolutely adore, and it's fun to watch someone new play it. So from your perspective, you got to be motivated to commentate and narrate. Yeah, that's like the main thing from my perspective. Is I have to, when I play a game, like whenever I can't just like, there's sometimes when I play games, I play to relax and just like not think about anything. Like I play like mini motorways, for example, or I'll play like League of Legends with my friends. Obviously, I'm not going to stream when I'm playing with my IRL friends, but there are just games that I play in my free time just so I can like unwind and relax. And while streaming isn't like, oh, I'm locked in all the time when I'm streaming. Like I always have to like, think of something funny to say. Because as you guys know, I'm pretty chill generally speaking. I'm not trying to be funny 100% of the time, unlike like Ludwig, for example. If you know him, he's like a very popular streamer. I think Ludwig is really good at like being funny all the time, because he literally like he plays like a character that's really dumb and stupid, and he like rage baits his audience all the time, and it's great, right? That's not how I stream. And while I'm sure it's fine for me to stream some games as like a pseudo, let's just like chill, relax, and talk about stuff, which I do a decent amount of the time. I also just want to play games and like, not say anything. I want to play like Wandering Village, which is a great game, by the way. That game's amazing. But I want to play like Wandering Village without having to like talk through everything I'm thinking of, and then like engage with chat. As much as I love you guys, but like sincerely, sometimes I just want to play a game in complete silence. Although sometimes I do talk out loud when I play games. I think it's both like something I picked up from streaming, and also just a part of my personality. I will literally just be playing something and I'm gonna be like, gosh freaking dang it. Like out loud, I will say this. And I'm like, there's no one here. I just heard my mom just like walk outside my door, and she heard me go like, ah. But I think right now 2XKO, every time I play that game, I'm probably gonna stream it. Probably. At least for the next 2 weeks. We'll see what happens after that. If like a bunch of people like continue watching me to play it, and I think it's a fun game, I will play it regardless. And if I think it's like worth spending time to get better at the game, and also talk during the game and stream it, and like building a community, not around it, but like playing it, then I am down to play it more after these 2 weeks are over. Is it a new game? It's officially released like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, like officially released, but I've been playing it since early access, and a little bit before that, like it's like closed beta. So it was in early access, or it started being in early access in, I want to say October. I think it was in early access in October, maybe November. And then it was in closed beta for like years, but like it would be like in and out, in and out, in and out. So it depends on how you look at it from there. It is new. Yeah, I mean, as a fully released game, it is new. As a game that people have like gotten their hands on and played, it's been around for a while. 2XKO, the fighting game that I'm about to talk about in like 10 or 20 minutes. I think the only like interesting thing about it is I'm fairly knowledgeable about it because I watch a lot of professional games of 2XKO, and also I hit GM or Grandmaster during early access. I am, if you haven't noticed, I'm struggling a little bit reaching Grandmaster right now. I think it's because the ranked reset, so now everybody who was GM is now in the ranks that I'm in, which is like Diamond, and we're all fighting to get back into GM, while like all the like really good players are like already in GM and like fighting each other there. He is washed, true. Although I think okay. To be fair, I am now playing a better team than I was before, because I was playing two characters that were one of them was considered to be the worst character in the game, which is Braum, and Jinx is considered to be a very finicky character. Like, she's okay, but like she's not like great. So I was playing two very meh characters in early access. Right now I'm playing Braum, who got buffed. Like, I think he's good. I think he's pretty solid character. And I'm playing Ari, who's considered to be one of the best characters in the game. He also cheats by smashing the same buttons. You can, yeah, it's great. You can even watch me mash the buttons. Actually, here, I can bring up my thingy. Where is it? Where would it be under? Is it? It's under browser source, right? Yeah. There it is. This is my controller overlay. It's not plugged in right now, so I can't do anything with it. But yeah, you can even watch me actually mash the buttons. I can also configure this to look like a normal controller. Like I could configure this to look like an Xbox controller, for example. I don't want to do that right now because actually wait, I could just save the preset. Give me a second. Let me see if I can do this. Interact. And then we push this. Oh, you guys can actually see me interact with it. So Control F1 to save. So we do this. Then we can click on this and then move the S1 button down. If I press F1, frick, it didn't save, guys. Okay, well. Oh, now I have to set it to the grid. Which button is this? Control T. There you go. So save is Control F1. Oh, what happened? Control F1. And then we press F1. It says profile's empty. What the frick? I'm tilted. Okay, maybe I can't figure this out. I'm freaking tilted. I'll just put this away. I was gonna say if I wasn't going to go back to being symmetrical, I would have crashed out. Yeah, no, don't worry. I will put it back, or I did put it back rather. I mean, the reason I'm not. Actually, I could probably do it now. I'm like currently charging my phone using the dock that I use for my controllers, but my phone's at 80%. That should be good enough. I just gotta put it into low power mode. Ugh. But yeah, plug the controller in, and yeah, you can actually see me like, you know, you can see what buttons I'm pressing here. What am I typing? If I was going back to, I don't know, man. Yes, if I. Are you tilted? Because that would make you slightly unsymmetrical. But yeah, and then you can actually see me press buttons here, which is kind of the point here. I've lost the ability to. It's okay. It happens to everybody. It happens to every person who speaks English. English is too hard. But yeah, this is my controller layout or overlay. It's actually really cool. I like it a lot. And I don't think a lot of people would care too much about it or about looking at this, but I mean, it's so that I can point out and be like, look guys, you saw me press the button. I swear to God, I pressed the button. What I'm tilted about is I don't know how to change the text because I want this button to be my parry. So the game like puts this button right here as my parry, and you can notice like there's nothing lighting up because this is not a button that I'm actually using when playing the game. I routed it to a different button, but I can't change the text. So now my parry button is RS. I'm tilted. But yeah, that's the controller overlay. I actually really like this. It's really cool. It's also free. Okay, let me unplug this and put this back. Oh yeah, actually something I was considering doing. One thing I was actually considering doing was doing a hand cam for this. The problem is I don't actually have this set up on my desk. So it'd be a little bit awkward to like really get it. But like to like give an idea of like what I would do. Let me put this here. Oh god, the controller's a little bit dirty. And by a little bit, I mean there's like a lot of smudge marks, but that's fine. You guys can just call me a slob and we'll be done with it. Okay, where is the thing? Oh yeah, I have to connect my phone to my Wi-Fi for this to work properly. There you go. Oh god, that's not where I thought. Oh yeah, I forgot. My controller is extremely reflective as well, so I might here, let me put my mask back on. Give me a second. Oh yeah, I should probably turn on the webcam, huh? There it is. So you guys can actually see stuff. All right, let me put away my controller overlay. But yeah, I was thinking about setting up my web camera. Oh wait, I have to take my headphones off to put this on. Yo, face reveal. Haha, not today, baby. Unless I accidentally dox myself, which is definitely possible. But yeah, so I have to be really careful about my controller. It is extremely reflective. Yeah, you can literally see my phone like through the reflection. But like, I'm gonna move my face out of the way a bit so you can see what it looks like. Oh wait, it's turned in an awkward direction. Here we go. There you go. Face away. But yeah, this is the controller. So I was thinking of like putting like a mount like around here, sticking up like over here, so that like you guys can actually see me hand cam it. I've never seen a controller like this. You've been to like an arcade before, right? And you've seen like arcade sticks or like the arcade configuration. So there'll be like an arcade stick like right here that you can hold, and then here you'll have like your typical buttons. That's what this is modeled after. It's essentially an arcade like controller, but it has like the WASD configuration. So this is like something. So what I was thinking about doing was like taking my like a mount of some sort, mounting the camera up like this, and then like you can see my hands actually controlling the controller while I am while I'm playing. I thought that would be something that would be kind of interesting. Okay, let's take the mask off. Every time I wear the mask, it fogs my glasses. So I can't see crap. But yeah, that's like the idea. Something that I want to try. The problem is I don't know how. I don't have a mount for that right now. So I'd have to like finagle my way through to like put something like that together. Or I'd have to like use my web camera for it, in which case I wouldn't be able to, you know, use my model, which I guess is a fair trade, you know, like I lose the model, but you get the hand cam. Oh, and while I have this out here, you guys feeling lucky? You guys feeling lucky today? I'm thinking a meaning for RS. It's the button. It's all right. Dice roll of the day. Oh frick. Oh frick. What are the frick? I mean, the chances are 1 in 20, but holy crap, that's hilarious. GG. Why are you saying that like I'm gonna die? GG, said Decepticon. But it is the end of the road for you. Oh frick. You aren't? No, just because I rolled. Dude, how awful would it be if every single day you have a 1 in 20 chance of dying? You rolled a 1. You never said what would happen, so we assume in the world. I guess that is true. I didn't say what would happen. It was just a general roll. It was just to see, like, are you feeling lucky? Let's roll a die. And apparently, today is not a very lucky day. It's a 1. I should have rolled my D100, not the D20, or like the 2 dice that make up the percentage dice. Dang, that sucks. Roll initiative. Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay. But yeah, that. Holy frick. I guess I'm dead now. But I have 7 days before the natural one. The natural one hits me. I'm sorry, guys. What does that mean? Roll initiative. Whenever combat is initiated, in D&D or most other tabletop RPGs, in order to determine the turn order of who goes when, you roll initiative. It's an initiative roll, and like whoever, and the turn order is based off of like who rolled the highest. So like this person like got like a 20 or like a 19 or something, they go first, then it goes down the line of who rolled like highest to lowest. So in this case I would go last, and depending on how many people go in front of me, yes, I would just freaking die. I would most likely probably die. Unless I was like a barbarian. Actually, if I was a barbarian, I wouldn't be able to rage. Actually, no. Even if I were a barbarian, I'd probably be fine. Am I a freaking gorilla? Am I a barbarian gorilla, guys? That would be able to survive like X amount of things attacking me before I could move. Hey, take out your bad luck today and save the good luck for Saturday. For Saturday? Oh, because yeah, because I DM on Saturdays. You remembered. Yeah. Honestly, it's better if I have bad luck though, because remember, I'm not a player. I'm the dungeon master. I'm the one that's actually facilitating stuff. So it would be better if I roll low so that like my players, you know, don't die. Because if I roll high, then they die, and I don't want that to happen. Gotta step away, but still listen, trying not to die. I'll do my best. You have good luck, so I don't want them to die. It's not a me versus them thing. It's a collective storytelling activity where we are working together. It's not like as the dungeon master, I am actively trying to kill them, because technically I could do that whatever the frick I wanted. So you have good luck so they don't die. Well, some scenarios it's better for me to roll low than high. So but I know what you're trying to say. I know what you're trying to say. But holy crap, that was hilarious. Then you roll 20, and then I crit them and they die. Because if you hit a natural 20, you crit, and you do like a bunch of freaking damage. If that happens, they die. And that would not be good. They would probably hate me and never want to play a D&D with me ever again. And they'll call me ugly, and then they'll like smack, like they'll like virtually like backhand my face. And I'll lose all my friends because of it. All because I rolled a natural 1 today. I've doomed us all. And then you roll a 20, yeah, and then I kill another person. And then like I become a full-time streamer because I don't have any friends, so there's no point in not streaming. Yeah, let's just like play D&D on like let's just do like a pseudo D&D thing. I can like here. Can I mount this somehow? I'm curious if I can actually mount this to like look at my thing. Oh god, that's dusty. I'm glad I didn't show that off. So if I move this over like that, and then I move this like this. Oh, that's actually not that bad. I mount it like that. Nice. This doesn't look like anything, but this is literally just like a mount for my dice tray. I could probably put like something underneath it to make it a little bit higher, but now you guys could just watch, like you can see, well, unless the dice rolls out of the camera's view like that. So I probably will have to mount this somehow. Is there a way to like zoom this out, I wonder? Maybe? It's hard to say. I guess I'll probably have to like roll forward. So like I move the camera to the corner like that. And then every time I like roll a die, I have to like roll it into that corner. Is that another one? Huh. I think I am gonna die today. I think I am gonna die today. Yo, no. It's a dice dip. It's a dice dip. Here. Let me use a different die. I believe in 15. No. It's the dice. It's the dice. I'm telling you, it's the dice here. Here. What the frick? What the heck is this? That's another one. I just rolled 3 ones in a row. I literally just rolled 3 ones. I'm actually gonna freaking die today. Holy crap. All right. I get the dude. This is a freaking dude. This is a comedy, bro. Life is a comedy. Stop doing it. No. You know, no. It's the dice. It's the dice. I promise. What the frick? It's the dice. These dice are also out to get me. It's fine. Here, I'll pull out my super special die that I haven't actually rolled in like a year because I only use this to actually play it. It even comes in like this really sick case. Here, I can actually show it off. Is it a one? It was a 1. That was 100. That was a 1. A 7 is a lot more obvious. Ooh. This is like my special dice set. It's all, this is metal. I thought a 7 there. No, it was a 1. Surely my beloved metal dice won't, they won't fail me here. There we go. A 12. Thank God. See, I mean, that's slightly above average, but you know what? I'll take it. We don't complain about that. Thank you. I feel vindicated. And now I'll put you back in your little box. Roll a 9. I could roll some other dice I have. If you're curious at all at like how much dice I have here. So those are like some of the sets I have. Here's my dice box. And this is tiered, so there's more than just this. So there's this, and then there's like another tier over there. It's the camera's not focusing, but you get the idea. And I also have one other set over here. These are synthetic stone. So these also come in a snazzy little case here. I can show you. Ooh. Synthetic stone. Alright, you want a 9? Alright. Oh. How about a multiple of 9? How about 9 times 2 equals 18? Also, it almost landed on the 2 side, but it like rolled over for some reason. Yeah, it is double 9, so I hope that's good enough for you. I actually really like these die, except for like they have a very odd problem that I can't really show off very easily, but they're like slightly misprinted. It's strange. But again, it's really hard for me to show off here, so I'm not going to, but they are very nice dice overall. But holy crap, I actually just rolled 3 1s in a row. I guess I am going to die later today. I feel a 4. Yeah, you're putting money on 4. Here, how about I roll a d4? Oh, that's a 3. That's a 3. Close. You lost the 25% chance. Ah! Alright, how about I roll a d100 then? How about the 4th one? What do you mean by how about the 4th one? Oh, you want, okay, you want me to roll a d20 and see if I get another 4, like another 1? I'm down. We can try. This is a dice that rolled 2 1s earlier. Nah, it's a 14. Oh yeah, I could also show you what it looks like here for the other one. Yeah, so this is what the 7 looks like. This is what the 1 looks like on this dice. They are like right next to each other, so I guess it's, you can kind of see the difference, but it was very clearly this one. It's hard for me to like show it properly because it doesn't focus very easily. just like reduce the number by 13 and then you have your 4th one. In which case there's like a lot of freaking 1s on a dice, isn't there? Or on a d20 anyways. Well, that's a 2. Well, technically this is a cocked die because it kind of landed on its side, but that's close enough. Dang, these dice are cursed, bro. Put that away. Should I just leave this up now? Is this like my hand camera? I just like position it slightly down at the table. There you go. Now, the only way for me to somehow dox myself in this position is my phone like somehow falls and then like then that's real awkward. My wallet, funnily enough, my wallet that contains my ID and like all my money and like cards and stuff is literally like inches. It's like less than a foot away from my camera, so that would also be kind of bad. Is there like anything incriminating about me, or like is there anything that shows off like my name or anything in this area? I don't think so. What the frick is this? Oh, yeah, that's not anything. Not really. I think we're, as long as I keep my camera pointed like down, this should be safe. You might have flipped it a little, so I saw 7 when you mentioned it. Yeah, no, we can, if you want, we can look back, but I'm pretty sure it was a 3rd one. But yeah, the odds are crazy. That was very funny though. That was very funny. The universe is a freaking comedy, bro. If you roll a 1, apricot will be a part of your name. I mean, if you want to, I mean, it is already a part of my name. My name is Cyrus Apricot. But if you mean to say if I roll another 1 and I am an apricot, I mean that's a pointless gesture because regardless of what the die rolls, I am just not an apricot. All it will do is like fuel, if I do end up rolling another 1, all it will do is fuel my chat to continue to be like, see, you are an apricot, bet, do it. There's literally no point in doing it because there's only something for me to lose. I have nothing to gain. I have nothing to gain from this. If it's not a 1, you guys are going to be like, oh, it's rigged. And if it is a 1, then you guys can be like, haha, I told you. And I'm like, what the, well, like, what am I supposed to say? You gain closure that you aren't an apricot? Don't lie to me, Carrots. Don't you lie to me. We all know that everybody, like B1, Gon, Namco, all the other cats, all of you guys are going to just show up and be like, ah, you're an apricot. This is just false propaganda, fake news. You're part of the freaking like Trump administration speaking lies. I don't know how that weirdly got political, but you got the idea. There's nothing for me to gain. As much as I'm down to whatchamacallit, to roll die, I'm good. This is a bet that I only have to lose. I have more to lose. All right, let me minimize this, put this in the corner. I guess we'll just keep that on for now. I don't know, like, there's nothing else to do. You've been known to be a serial liar and a scammer, so I have? Who has been selling this notion that I am a serial liar and a scammer? When have I ever scammed my chats? When have I ever scammed you guys? I don't think I've ever scammed you guys. Now, I'm not scamming you. I literally just rolled 3 1s in a row, and apparently I'm gonna die. Yes. Why? Because I won't roll a d20 for you? Is that why? You can literally go to Google, type like d20 dice roller, and it will. You're scamming me from an opportunity. I have nothing to gain from this opportunity you speak of. Okay, you know what? Screw it. I'm getting rage baited. I don't care. I'm getting rage baited. I'm tilted. Oh, what the frick? Where am I going? That was weird. You gain nothing. I have nothing to gain from this transaction of yours. All right. That's a 3. That's not a 1 though. What do I gain from this? Nothing. You guys are gonna call me a serial liar and a scammer. My heart. All right, I can adjust the camera so you can see a little bit better. But yeah, that is a 3. Bleh. Bleh. My stream crashed. Roll again. My stream crashed. Do it again. What the fudge? Okay, this is an actual scam. This is what a real scam is right here. Oh, yeah, actually, something you might find a little bit interesting, Carrots. So this is my dice tray. This is my tablet. There's a napkin on top, but you know. Yeah, that's my tablet. It's actually really dusty because I haven't cleaned it, but you know. Oh, I thought it was very dusty. It is very dusty. What I could actually do. It's because I don't have a reason to really dust it off because this is a cover. So this right here is a screen protector for it. Frick. It's really hard to move. I'm tilted. I can't frickin'... There you go. But yeah, see? This is a screen protector, so I don't have a reason to dust it off. But... I can, like, wipe it a little bit. Yeah, but it is extremely dusty, as you can see. I don't see a change. That's because I'm not doing it very well. Plus, this is like dry, so it's probably not gonna dust off It's not gonna look much better, but you know. Wow, it actually looks awful still on camera. That's crazy. Okay, you can literally see my hand passing over it, and this stuff like isn't moving. So I actually don't know what's going on there. But I promise you, like everything underneath is clean. If I can just frickin' move the darn thingy. There you go. See, it looks a lot better underneath. So yeah, I just put my dice tray on top. All right. Let's talk to XKO. I think I can turn off my my phone now. I was really hoping it would land on a 1. It already landed on a 1 multiple times, in fact. It is very funny that it landed on a 1 3 times, though. All right. I think we could turn off my my web camera for this now, or for my phone. Is there anything else that's interesting that I could show? Not really. Yeah, not really. Oh, actually, there's one thing. Let me move some. Ta-da! I don't usually have it on the floor, I promise. I was messing around with it this morning and last night, and I just put it on the ground because I was too lazy to put it back in its case. But yeah, there's a ukulele that I used for summertime and other stuff. Oh yeah, now that I think about it, Gon missed that, huh? When I showcased the summertime thing. My cover of Summertime. But yeah, that's my ukulele. Actually, I thought my ukulele was like pretty decent quality. But I think it's gotten like pretty old overall. Yeah. Would have been better if it was another time. Very true. It would have been very funny. But I think the joke is gotten stale, and I'm good. All right, let's turn it off now. All right. Let's talk Tuco. No way. It's somewhere in the Discord, I think. I actually don't know. Oh yeah, you know what? One thing I should say, Gon, I appreciate all the clips you made. I never actually noticed exactly how many clips you've put together from like my previous streams, and I don't really check it very often. So fairly recently I looked through it and I was very surprised to see how many clips you've made of my stream. So thank you for that. It was very funny, or it was very interesting going back through it, because this was like literally a year ago. So very, very cool. Thank you very much. What? I was away for a sec. What happened? It was the I mentioned how a while back I did or I showed you off the Summertime cover I did on stream, and Gon was not there for that. It was during my VTuber arc when I was like singing and crap. Want to help with your VODs or other stuff you might edit? Yeah, I mean, I appreciate it, definitely. Very much so appreciated. I don't know if I'll end up like, you know, really using it, but it was fun to look over them. Did you do another cover of something? I can't remember. I'm trying to think. Covers of music that I've done, like, that I've actually posted or like released publicly or shown off on stream. I've only done 2. One of which is Wellerman, which is the one that you guys like to make fun of me and like, not make fun of me, but like redeem for a lot. And the other is Summertime. I think those are the 2 that I've done publicly. I do have 2 other cover songs on my computer that I have not ever released publicly. One of them I did as a sort of a birthday gift to a friend. So I don't think there's a reason for me to show that one to anybody else. And the other one was a cover song that I sang and then I gave to like a friend of mine to mix and stuff. And when they gave it back to me, I didn't like it, or I didn't like how I sounded. So I never released that one either. So yeah. Oh, frick. Okay, I gotta move all my sticky notes again to my other screen before I move things over. Duke. Okay. Yeah, you told us that, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I've mentioned it a couple of times in the past. All right, let's talk 2KO. Let's talk 2XKO in characters. Even if you don't know about this, I think you'll find a little something interesting from this. Methinks. Okay, let me see, make sure I do this properly. So I pull up the old overlay. We do screen capture. We go to my other screen, click, and then click. What the frick? Why did I play my background music? That was weird. There's also an ad. How nice. Alright, so this is about the fighting game that that I play. So the game's called 2XKO, and it'll include characters, or all the characters are from a little known game called League of Legends. If you're curious what the game looks like, I actually have my, oh, these are clips, funnily enough. Video producer? Yeah, this is from last night. Oh, this is me playing the game from last night. Dang, that's crazy. Sorry. Yeah, this is what the game actually looks like. But it features characters from League of Legends. And we all know that they're going to be introducing like 5 more League characters in like a few days or something like, or not a few days, sorry, within the next year. Give or take. And a bunch of people are putting together like lists of characters that they really want to see. And that's what we're gonna do for a little bit here. Also, my chat is not showing up. Good job. Let me very quickly put you guys back here. Chat, box, chat. Boom. And then that should work. It's a little short actually, but I'm sure it's fine. All right, with that said, these are all the characters that are already in the game. Well, it says confirmed, like, but it's, I mean, it's whatever. Like, these are characters that are already in the game. And the list itself is fairly short, to say the very least. Actually, I think I need another one. I need another tier, methinks. Cool. Ah! Whoops. What happened? Oh, I just changed the color of this. Whoops. And then we want to add a row below this. And then this one is just cool. Smile. Bard. I mean, we're gonna go down the line here. But yeah. We're gonna go down the line. I think Bard would be cool. Actually, this character is really cool. I don't know if he's a must-have though. He's a very cool character. I'd be down if he's in the game. I don't know if I'd be like that excited for him though. If they do, actually no, I think I would be excited. You know what? Yeah, no, I'll put Bard up there. We're gonna try and get through this fairly quickly though. I'm not gonna spend too much time on each and every single character. Can you make it so the colors are okay? I can try. And then this, and then this. Is that better? Just look a little bit better. Okay, I'll put Bard in cool for now. We can move him around. Aatrox would be cool. Akali, I think, is a must-have. We need a ninja character, and I think out of all the ninja characters in the game, the one that is the coolest is probably Akali or Zed. Akshan, I don't really care. Alistair would be pretty cool. Amumu. Actually, I don't think I want him. I think I would actively dislike Amumu being in this game. I think he's too whack. Anivia, okay, this right here is like my main champion in League of Legends. I freaking love this champion. She doesn't need to be in 2xKO. I don't think there's a reason for her to be in 2xKO. I think Annie would be cool, like a puppet character with the bear. Bard is a must-have and should be confirmed. Well, it's not confirmed because we know for a fact that these characters are in the game. Rather than confirm, like, I should just like put like already in. That's probably better. These characters are already in the game. Aphelios. I think there's some really cool things that they could do with Aphelios. I'm down. Ashe. Is it acceptable? Is she like acceptable for money? Like to print the money? Is Ashe like... Ashe is a pretty popular character, right? I'm kind of indifferent for Ashe though. I don't really care. I think that's like either one of these two tiers. I'll put it in indifferent. Aurelion Sol, it would be really cool to have him as a champion in this game, I think. I don't know what they do, but like he's a space dragon. Like I'm sure there's something. Where the frick did he go? Azir, I think he'd be cool. I don't know about a must-have, but I think there's some really cool things you could do. Belveth, I think is pretty cool. Brand, pretty indifferent. Camille would be pretty cool. Cassio, I'm indifferent. I don't really care. Cho'Gath, I think Cho'Gath would be pretty cool. No, thank you. I don't want I don't want Corki. This is like not a very cool champion. I don't see like how they would make. I don't see how they could make him like that interesting in 2xKO. Diana, I think it'd be pretty cool. Mundo, I'm pretty indifferent towards. I don't like Bard because it's the only one I know. There's like a image that was sneaking around that was like someone frying 3 eggs in a pan and being like, look, I found Bard. Draven would be pretty cool. Elise, I think, is a must-have. A monster character, and like she has like stand swaps. I think she'd be very cool. Evelyn, I'm pretty indifferent towards, honestly. I'd play Evelyn. She's fun to play. I don't know how she would work in this. I forgot. We could like actually show them off here too, so you guys get like a better idea of what they look like. Wait, did I just like skip? No, I didn't. We just went through things really quickly. Yeah, here's Evelyn. Lust Demon. Pain, whatever. Ezreal. He'd be cool. I think Ezreal would be cool. There's some interesting things you could do with him. Fiddlesticks, must have. This champion is cool, too cool to not have in the game, in my opinion. And I know Cassidon from Poly... Dude, I haven't heard Polypuff in some time. Oh, and Warwick? Well, Warwick's already in. Here he is, right here. He's already in the game. He looks dope, too. Here, let me see if I can... Yeah, he looks a little different in this in this game, but yeah, he's in the game. Look at him go. Available skins. Yeah, he's already in the game. I didn't know that. Yeah, well, he is. He's there. Here he is. He's pretty cool too. Fiora, cool. Fizz. I don't like Fizz in the game. Woo! Yeah, no, that he does howl in the game too. I don't like Fizz in League, but I feel like there'd be some cool things you could do with him. I just don't care all that much. Galio would be cool. A Gangplank must have, dude. I need this, man. I am indifferent towards Garen. Gnar, I think would be cool. Gragas, I think could be cool. Graves is pretty cool. Gwen, I think. I don't know if she's a must-have, but she is definitely here and cool. Do we keep that Awoo from Sai? The Awoo! Is that like a huge deal? I didn't realize that it would be. No Donger. Indifferent towards Hecarim. I think Irelia is a must-have. I think there's a lot of cool things you could do with her kit. I'm indifferent towards Ivern. Janna? I don't think I care too much about Janna being in this game. She's like, what, the goddess of Zaun? Oh yeah, that's one thing they have to figure out, is the fact that they like redid the story and lore and stuff. I just thought it was acceptable for money is nobody. No, I mean, we could just put Kai'Sa in there. By acceptable for money, it's more just like this character will make the game money, you know? And as a result, they're acceptable. There's some characters that would make the game money and I don't want them. But I think for purposes... Who? Kai'Sa. She's a very popular champion. Where is she? Right here, Kai'Sa. This champion's very, very popular. You could probably guess why, though. Like, I don't think I have to explain why this champion is popular. Very popular champion. Like, here's another one that I think would be acceptable for money, but for a whole different reason. Where is he? Wukong. Why? Because of China. Why do I think Wukong would be acceptable for money? Because of China. Yep. All right. Jarvan would be... Actually, I think I'm doing different towards Jarvan. He's all right. Jax, I think, would be cool. He could run around with his lamp. Dude, the man literally has a lamp post as his main weapon. Where is he? Oh, yeah, I went down too far. There he is. His weapon is literally just a lamppost that he smacks people with. It's awesome. Jace. Here's the thing. Jace is cool. The problem is he's from Arcane. He's from Arcane, the TV show. And we already have 5 characters from Arcane. I think I need a new tier just for like arcane characters. Which means for freaking Carrots' sake, I have to redo the colors again. Okay. So that's yellow. Go to green. And then for this, you go the darker green. And then for this, you go blue. There you go. Or just put it at the bottom. I don't know what Arcane is about. Arcane's a TV show that features the League of Legends characters. It's an animated show, and like it's really good. And a lot of the characters are from that show already, and I don't want more characters from Arcane. I want more other characters. Jhin would be cool. Kalista, I think, would be cool. I'm indifferent towards Karma. Do you want? I don't think I want Karthus in this game. He's cool, but I don't think he's not fighting game character material. He just like sits down, like puts down like little like shadow bombs, and then just like blows you up from afar. It's silly. Kassadin, indifferent. Katarina should be cool. Kale, indifferent. Kayn, cool. Kennen would be pretty cool, I think. A lightning Yordle ninja. Kha'Zix would be cool. Kindred. Kindred's such a cool champion, like in general, that I'm obligated to put Kindred all the way up here. They just have a really, really interesting design. It sucks that it doesn't show like the full image, but you get the idea. Yeah, the reason why I don't want to put it at the bottom is because like there's some characters in Arcane that I'm okay with, but I don't want to put them below No Thank You Riot, you know? Kled would be funny. Kog'Maw, I'm pretty indifferent. Cassante, I think would be pretty cool. LeBlanc, I think is a must-have. I think if you had to put in like a mage in this game, there are very few mages in this game that I think would be very cool to have as like a fighting game character. I think LeBlanc is one, and I think Hui is the other. Why do I have a feeling wanting to laugh without a reason to laugh about something? It's just like a reflex. Like, I laugh all the freaking time about everything and nothing. They're cool. Leona, you're pretty cool. Lilia's cool. I just don't know what they do with her. Lissandra, I'm indifferent towards. Lucian's just cool. Yeah, I think Lucian's just cool. Lulu, I think would be pretty cool. Lux, acceptable for money. I'm just laughing right now. I don't know why. I can't stop. Either you need to go to the hospital or you're just having a good time. I don't know if I want the Rock. I'm pretty indifferent towards the Rock. Malzahar. I think I'm good on Malzahar. And Maokai as well. Different towards Yi. Milio, I'm indifferent towards. MF, acceptable for money. Again, and I can show off exactly why. I don't think I have to explain myself here. Oh, I don't have Mel. Well, Mel would be an Arcane, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, you can probably guess why this is acceptable for money. The latter. The latter for what? I assume you mean latter as in like Latter. Mordekaiser. I think as a Noxian representative, he is a must-have. Morgana, I'm indifferent towards. Naafiri, Nami, I'm indifferent. I don't think I care too much about her. Nasus, I think Nasus would be pretty cool to have. Nautilus would be pretty cool. Nico, I'm indifferent towards. Oh, I never actually knew how to. Yeah, it's Lattr. But what do you like? It's like the former and the latter. So if I mention like, do you like pancakes or do you like waffles? The latter would refer to waffles. The former would refer to pancakes. But if I said, do you like waffles or pancakes? Then it would be the other way around. The latter would refer to pancakes. None. French toast guy. I think Nidalee would be very dope, but I'm worried about how things would go with her. Nyla would be cool. Nocturne would be cool. Nunu. I don't think we need Nunu. Sorry, I don't want him. Olaf. I think it'd be pretty cool. Oriana, indifferent. Actually, yeah, I think she'd be cool. I think like controlling her ball in neutral would be interesting, but like it'd be very annoying. I just don't eat any of them, and I don't eat breakfast. Yeah, I don't eat breakfast either, but like I still like pancakes, bro. Ord, must-have, dude. This guy is freaking awesome. Pantheon, I think is also a must-have. I think that guy is freaking awesome. Poppy, I think if you had to represent a Yordle, I think in this in 2XKO. I mean, Teemo's already in, so Teemo's like pretty good, but I think Poppy would be amazing as well as a Yordle representative. Pike, must have. That guy's dope. Kiana would be cool. I think there's some interesting things I could do with Kiana. Sorry, I should like be actually scrolling through and like showing them off before I place them on the tier list. Huh. By the way, the reason why Nidalee is cool is because actually here. Legends of Runeterra Nidalee. I think her Legends of Runeterra image is a lot more interesting because here's Nidalee and this is her cougar form. I think she looks awesome. She has two different forms. So I think that Nidalee would be very cool. Nyla, she has like a whip and stuff and like she moves around, very fast character. Like she'd be cool. Nocturne, Nightmare Dude, Nunu and Willump. We don't need this. I like Nunu and Willump. We don't need them. Olaf, man with two axes. He's pretty cool. Oriana, robot lady. Ord is just... I mean, some of these I don't think I really need to explain to myself. Kiana is like an interesting assassin. She has an interesting weapon. There's something interesting you can do with her. Quinn and Valor. I don't know. I don't want Quinn, I don't think, in this. Actually, I think I'm more indifferent. I don't think I actively don't want Quinn to be in the game. I think Rakan and Zaya. So where's Zaya? Where's Zaya? There she is. So they're like a married couple in the game. They like work well with one another, but they can play. If you like make these two characters like a single character, I think that would be very cool. Actually, if you make these two a single character, I think it'd be a must-have. But separately, I think they're just cool, in my humble opinion. Okay. Rumble's okay. Rek'Sai would be cool. I don't think they'd ever put her in the game, but I think she'd be very cool to see. I'm trying to think, is there any other character that like is like acceptable for money? Tarek. Tarek. I'm like actually looking through this. Viego. Viego is just a very popular character. A lot of people like this character, so I think he's acceptable, but I personally don't care too much for him. But I also know he'll make the game like a ton of money, so you know what? I'm down. Oh, here's Mel. Why is Mel down here? I guess these are like the newest champions that they had to include. I like how like they have like the old art of the character, and then they have like the new one, because this is Skarner and this is Skarner. All right, Rel is cool. She's like someone who controls metal. She has like a horse made entirely out of metal, and she has this like huge metal spear. But like, I feel like if they're going to do, I don't know, I think there's some cool things you could do with her. I'm down. Let's put her in cool. Renata, I'm good on Renata. I think Renekton is a must-have. He is dope as hell. Rengar, he's cool. Some people who put him in must-have. Rengar is a very cool champion. Sorry, I first and foremost, I like my reptiles more than my cats. Riven, must-have. This champion is freaking dope. If there's gonna be a generic sword character, like another generic sword character in the game, like put her in. She's such a cool character. Rumble, cool. I think just like a mech character would just be cool to have. Rise, I am indifferent. I do not care for. Samira, we need Devil May Cry. Sure, I'm down. We need a Dante. Sejuani, indifferent. Senna, you're cool. I'll put you next to your husband, Lucian. Yeah. Seraphine. Okay, so here's the thing. Seraphine would be like a money printer character. Like you would put her in the game to like get people to spend money. I don't think she's acceptable though. In her current iteration, I don't think Seraphine is acceptable. However, so this is what Seraphine looks like. However, if we take Legends of Runeterra Seraphine, this like sort of version of Seraphine, I think I'd be a bit more indifferent, or I'd even think it'd be cool to see what they would do with her. But for now, I'm indifferent. But I think there's some really interesting things they could do with Seraphine. Actually, maybe I'll add another tier. I kind of want to put in a tier of like, I want to see what they do with them. Like I would be indifferent, but like I want to see them fleshed out as a character, like see a new like visual update. I think I'd want to put in another tier here, right below cool. More tier. Yeah, I think we put in another tier right here. Below. And then this is just like curious. This is my curious tier, and now we have to, you know, bump everything back down. The color palette. Oh, whoops. Wait. This somehow worked out. How nice. And I am very curious to see. Wait, one of them moved. I see. I understand what happened now. Yeah, I clicked the arrow. You're right. I was confused for a second. Wait, so this is the green, then it's light blue, and then dark blue. Okay. No, this works. This works. But I'm curious to see what they do with Sarah. Is there any other character that I'm like kind of indifferent towards that like I kind of want to see what they do with them? Oh wait, I did it untilted. I did it twice. There we go. Is there a character in the indifferent tier that I'm just curious to see what they'll do with them in terms of like story and stuff? Not really. Set. I think he's a must-have. For me personally, I'm not sure if I like really want to see him, but like he'd just be cool in this game. I think he like we need him in the game. Shaco, no thank you. I don't want Shaco. Shen. I think Shen would be very cool to have. Shyvana would be very, very cool. Like cooler than Cool Smile, so must have. Singed. I'm indifferent. I'm not at the state where I don't want him in the game because I think it'd be interesting to see what they do. Actually, I'm curious. I'll put him in. Actually, wait, no, he's an arcane. I kind of want to put him in the curious tier though, but he is an arcane character, so let's leave him out of there. I'm indifferent towards Scion. Sivir, I'm indifferent towards Skarner. I think there's some interesting things you could do. There's like 2 different versions of Skarner, right? I think there's something interesting you could do with. Actually, I'll put them in curious. I'm very unsure of what they'll do with them, so I'm curious to see what they'll do. Sona would be cool. Soraka, no thank you, Riot. Swain, I'm curious about. Silas, I think is a must-have. He's just a cool champion. Indifferent towards Syndra. Also, good night if I fall asleep. Yeah, you're good. Tom Kench, you'd be cool. Talia, the rock throwing girl. Curious. Talon. Talon. I think he'd be cool. I think the issue is like, I don't want talent in if Akali or Zed aren't already in the game, or Kane, like any of the other ninja characters. Actually, let's get this out of the way. Let's throw Zed up there. Oh, here's Teemo, funnily enough. There's two different versions of Teemo. Let's put Teemo right next to Teemo. Thresh. Must have. If there's a Shadow Isles rep, it has to be Thresh. Thresh is too cool. Tristana, no thank you. We already have like we already have like ADCs, and like I don't think Tristana brings anything particularly interesting to the table. Trundle, I'm indifferent. I don't care for Trundle. Actually, I'm kind of curious to see what they'll do with them. Tryndamere is... I mean, actually, I don't really care for Tryndamere. TF, curious what they do with him. Twitch, no. No thank you, Riot. I don't want the rat in the game. I think Udyr would be cool to have. I think Urgot, I do not care. Varus, I do not care. Vayne, I do not care. Veigar, I do not care. Vel'Koz, I do not care. Vex, I think would be pretty cool to have. Victor is an arcane. Vlad, I am indifferent. Volibear is a bear. I think Volibear would be very cool. I'm down for Voli. If you're gonna put it in a mage, please don't put in Xerath. Please don't put in Xerath, Riot. He's not very cool. I think Xin Shao is pretty cool. I think Yone. I think Yone is pretty cool. Yorick. I think Yorick would be pretty cool. Yumi, no thank you, Riot. Zac, I think would be pretty cool. Zeri, I am indifferent towards. Ziggs, I don't care. Zillion, I don't care. Zoe, I don't care. Zyra, I don't care. Briar, I think is pretty cool. I don't know if she's necessary though. Hui is a must-have. That's already in. I put him in the wrong tier. I almost put him in the wrong tier. Smolder, I do not care. And Bessa is an arcane. Maybe at a later date. I'm good. Money, acceptable for money for Aurora, I think. Mel, acceptable for money, I think. Yunara, acceptable for money. Zahen, I think would be cool. All right, we're done. How long did that take us to do? 40 minutes? That's pretty good. That's a lot of champions we went through. But yeah, this is my these are my thoughts, or this is who I think is there anyone that's subject to like be moved? Like, should I order this as well? I could probably order like the must-haves, the characters I want the most. And by that, I mean I mostly just want Gangplank. I think Hui would be very cool. Where's Samira? I think Samira needs to be up here. Pantheon is really cool. I think you and then you. Actually, no. Fiddlestick's over Elise, I think. And then Irelia is like over here. Dude, trying to order this like is crazy. I think I care a lot more about like some characters than others, but like everyone else is kind of like in the same boat, I think. Okay, anyone in like some other tier that I would want to put, like, I'm curious to see what they'll do with them. Actually, I am curious to see what they'll do with Evelynn. I don't really want her in the game, but if she's in the game, I'd be like, huh, I wonder what they'll do. So I think it's fair to put Evelynn in curious. Who else? Kale, maybe? I'm curious to see what they'll do with her. I think that's about it, though. I don't care too much else about the others here. Why is Smolder's image like so blurry? That's throwing me off. But yeah, I think the my no thank you Riot tier is about sums up how I feel about it. So I'm satisfied with how this is put. I feel like I need to split the cool tier up a little bit. Do we like split this into like a half or something, and then put like? Actually, I don't know. I feel like I actually do feel the same for a lot of these, like the majority of these champions. Like, it'd be very cool. I think having this character in the game would be cool. Like perfect, just cool champion. Anything further than that will take a little bit more. It will take a little bit more for me to feel that much more invested. Like they're not a top priority, but seeing them in the game would be very, very interesting. Yeah, I think this is a fair list. Hee. Do. All right, do I end early now so that I can stream 2x later tonight? Is that the plan? Is we yawn? I've been yawning a lot more today for some reason. Actually, it's not for some reason. It's because I stayed up late last night. Crazy stuff happened. But yeah, I might end off this note here. Like this is the this is my perspective of it. I won't download it yet because if I download it and then the window shows up here and then I might dock something really stupid, I'm not gonna do that. Yes, yes to end here and then stream again later tonight. We'll see. It depends if I really want. It's my day off. I'm locked in on the stream today. Nice. Also, congrats on your day off. Yeah, I think this is fair. I think. I'm trying to think. Is there any like character that would move up from cool to must have? There's no character I would move down from must have. I don't think, but. Because this is like a lot of personal feelings, and some of it is just like it's like unavoidable. They're going to arrive. Like the set is unavoidable. Like look at this man. If he doesn't scream like fighting game character, like I don't know what does. He's also a mama's boy. He's great. I love him. I think Sen's just a cool champion. What are like the champions in my list in must have that's like a little bit strange that like people could like argue against? I think Gangplank for sure. I think a lot of people are like very like, you have people who think Gangplank is cool and you have people that don't think Gangplank is cool. But this is probably my top pick. Maybe Hui. I don't know. I feel like Hui would just be cool. You could have like a Blaze Blue 9 the Phantom. And that would be awesome. Like you need a ninja characters and people love Dante from Devil May Cry. And that's essentially what Samira would be. Pantheon. I think people would argue maybe not a must have, but I think most people would want to see him in the game. Pantheon's cool. Where is he? He's a P. Well, P's below. What am I doing? I passed him. There it is. Pantheon was cool. Irelia is really cool. I think a lot of people would want Irelia. And Fiddlesticks, I think a lot of people would want. Elise, I think, might be a weird pick for a lot of people. I don't know. I just think people complain that we need more like monster characters in the game. Like characters that aren't just humanoid. I feel like Elise is like... She's a cool champion. She transforms between like her human form and her spider form. Having a stance character like that, I think would be pretty cool. I would love to see Elise in this game. Even if I won't play her myself, it would be awesome. I think Aphelios is a little bit weird, iffy, but I feel like there's so many interesting things you can do with him, considering like he has like 5 different weapons that he swaps over. He's like the most complicated champion to learn in League of Legends, at least from like start to finish. But I don't know. I think Aphelios is. There's a lot of cool things you could do with Aphelios. Kindred, I genuinely have no idea what they would do with her and Wolf, but I would love to see them in the game because Kindred is like one of the most interestingly designed champions in terms of like story and like design. LeBlanc might be a little bit strange, But I feel like, here's the thing, I want mages in this game. I don't want just like big burly men with big weapon, like freaking smacking each other with like sticks and swords and axes and whatever, or like punching each other with their fists. I want mages, and I feel like the mages that fit the most into a game, like a fighting game, that would be cool would be like Hui, LeBlanc, Silas. And even Silas would be less magic-y because he'll literally just like freaking chuck his, like he'll just swing his chains around. And I feel like his potential kit would just be very, very cool. I just passed it again, didn't I? Am I dumb? I'm dumb. Here's us. There's a Silas. Never thought I'd hear that from you. Hear what from me? You have to remember, every word that comes out of my mouth, I forget about it like 10 seconds after I utter it. Wanting mages? Oh yeah, because of my whole magic is heretical and witches need to be burned. That is true. Maybe you're right, actually. You did remind me. Yeah, you know what? Never mind. Let's all banish them to no thank you. You are a big hater. I think it depends on the context. I think it depends on the context. I think fighting games, like certain games, like, okay, like RPGs, for example, burn the witches. Or maybe not like turn-based RPGs, but if I'm playing like an MMO or I'm playing a game that's like you control one character, like an action RPG, for example, burn the witches. If it's like a party, then like you kind of have to have a mage. I won't be happy about it, but you know, whatever. But like a game like a fighting game, I think there's cool things you can do. Like looking at it from a logical perspective. Obviously, like on the inside, I'm seething. Like the idea of having a mage in my pure game. Actually, wait, I just realized, gone. I'm playing Ari. She's literally like the only mage in this entire freaking roster. Gosh dang it. I was not thinking about that, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm tilted. I need to drop Ari. I need to go back to my original team of Braum Jinx. You proved yourself wrong. Okay, here's the thing though. It's okay. It's okay because Ari is like, she's like trying to like defend the magic of like the inherent natural magic of the world, you know? She's like a Vestayan, like she uses like spirit magic. It's like, I think shaman, like magic that is derived from nature, like druidic magic, that kind of stuff is more acceptable to like the court mage, you know? I think stuff like the court mage that's lame. That's heretical. This is me. This is essentially like, you know what I'm doing right now? I am like the man in medieval times who has condemned hundreds of witches to the stake. But then I found out my daughter is being accused as a witch, and now I have to scramble to come up with a reason why my daughter shouldn't die. That's what I'm doing right now. That's what I'm doing right now. Is like, dude, all witches need to get burned at the stake. Magic is heretical, and everyone who does magic are freaking worship Satan. And then people are like, ah, yes, your daughter, she's being accused as a witch. You're like, oh, but it's different, you know, she's different. She's not like the other girls, you know, she's my daughter, man. You wouldn't understand, man. Yeah, except the one I like. Yeah, that's true. The funny part is, like, out of all the characters in the current roster, like all of the characters that are currently in the game, the only one that I really want to play is Braum. Like he's the only character that I like really like as a character, and like I like his kit. Every other character I'm fairly indifferent towards, or I think they're cool. Like if from the very beginning, like you told me League of Legends is releasing a fighting game for characters in their roster, and like we didn't know a single character that would be in the game. There are characters here that I would put in must-have, but like personal must-haves, like characters that I personally really want to see, would just be Braum, and that's it. Okay, maybe I'd probably put Warwick in must-have, and I'd probably put Vi in must-have. I'd probably put Ahri in must-have for the same reason I put like Hui and LeBlanc and Silas, because like mages, like we want to see like mages as well. Actually, you know what, never mind. I'll probably put some of these characters in must-have, but like it would be, I guess this list for must-have is less about like me wanting the character so badly for me to play, and more so me wanting to see them in the game so that like I can see them in the game, you know? I think that's like the perspective I'm coming at it. And if we're talking about like characters that I really personally want to play, it would probably be like, it'll be Braum, Vi, Warwick. And I don't like how Vi plays, and Warwick is a little stale for me. Although not he's like simple, but in a good way. Maybe I should learn Warwick, to be fair. I've yet to actually try him, but I don't know. So like I just went with the characters like who I like, and also whose kits I enjoy, and that ended up, at first that ended up with Braum and Jinx. But these two characters don't work super well together. So now I'm playing Braum and Ahri. But yeah, at the end of the day, I do have a mage on my team. I do have a mage on my team. So I guess I have turned to the dark side. I too am a heretic. My daughter is being claimed as a mage, and now I have to defend her because it's different when I'm condemning a woman that I don't know, but if it's a woman that I do know, I have to start fighting back. Actually, you want to know something really funny? I'm not a React streamer, by the way. So I'm not gonna actually watch the video, but like canon wise, there's like established relationships or situationships between characters in the game or in the lore of the game. And specifically what I'm referring to, I am referring to Garen and Katarina. So I put Garen in different, right? Yeah, Garen is over here, and I think I put Katarina in cool. Yeah, here's Katarina. So those two are in like a relationship. Those two like each other. And then there's a situationship between Ahri and Yasuo. Like they're not dating. They like kind of like each other, but like they have their own thing that they have to deal with, so they don't really touch upon it too much. But there's like very clearly something going on between these two characters. So Riot Games recently released a cinematic trailer for an event that takes place in like a different like parallel universe. So technically it's like not the same characters, but it's like a different universe of the same characters. And it was Yasuo and Katarina rekindling a relationship with one another, right? It wasn't romantic per se, but you could say that there are some sparks between the two characters. I remember seeing that and I'm like, gosh freaking dang, Garen and Ahri actually just got cooked. Garen and Ahri are they're just off in the corner crying while Yasuo and Katarina are doing their own thing. And I'm like, dang, that's crazy. A whole new situationship. Yeah, that's tough. Trying to think, what other like, oh yeah, another funny situationship. Alawi, Braum. So Braum is like the carrot. He's like the heart of gold, like super pure, like I will protect you. Like like the heart is the strongest muscle. Like that's the kind of character he is. And Alawi, she's like the what's the right word? She is like the high priest. That's not the right word, but like of like a group of people of like a people that worship this god, who is like considered to be like the god of motion. Naga Boros is what they're called. And she's like the main worshiper, like the one who leads it and stuff. And at some point in one of the side games called Ruined King, Braum and Alawi like meet up and work with one another. And Alawi in the game was just like, Braum, you want to come to my room and watch some Netflix and chill? And Braum, being the kind of guy he is just like, oh no, I there's many other things that needs to be done. Like we don't have time for that kind of thing. And then she like pushes a little bit further, and he's just like, he finally realizes what she's doing. She's like, oh no, now is not the time for that. And they have a voice line into XKO. So if they're in the same team, they have a voice line. Or Alawi's just like, so Braum, do you have anything to do tonight? Are you busy tonight? And then Braum's just like, oh yes, very busy. Why you ask? So I think Alawi is she's interested in getting some of that Braum. Where do you get this lore? So there is a game. Okay, let me be very careful not to do anything too stupid. So specifically for Braum and Alawi, comes from this game over here called Ruined King. So this is like about the characters in the game as well. It's a turn-based RPG. Involves a couple characters. Also, Yasuo and Ari are also in this game too, and they have like voice. They like talk to one another, and like you can kind of see the quote unquote like situationship between the two of them. But this is like you can get the lore from like side games like this. There are other games by Riot Forge as well. Like there's Ruined King. There's like a bunch of other games that involve the lore of this game. But also, if you go to their main website and like you think a character is cool, so like say like, oh, I think Braum is very cool, right? Like I think this character is dope. I want to know more about Braum. Well, they have stories for the characters here that you could read about. And they're just like straight up like things that you could read. There's like bios that like talk about the character's backstory. You'll see like characters that are involved with them. So you're like, oh, like I didn't know Tryndamere was involved with Braum. Why is he involved? And then you can see like this is his bio. Like you could read like his story. There's a lot to it. And then after like you're done with that, you're like, oh, I wonder how Aatrox is why is Aatrox involved here? Like what does he have to do with Tryndamere? Then you go down here, there's like videos, there's like stories, there's all this stuff. I never played LoL, so I wouldn't know, but it's fun to listen to all the silly details. Yeah, I know a lot of stuff about the lore of this game. I haven't been following it much recently, unfortunately. Well, maybe fortunately, but yeah, I haven't been following it much recently, but it is very interesting. I do think the story of this game is very cool. The problem, here's my issue right now. They've like retconned a bunch of stuff in the story because of Arcane, because of this show right here. So when they initially released Arcane, they were like, this is not a part of like the main canon of League of Legends. This is going to be in like its own universe. Right? That's what League of Legends, or that's what like the writers intended it to be, is that it's literally just a like sort of a pseudo spin-off, but like this was not intended to be a part of the main canon of League of Legends. Oh yeah, I watched it and loved it. Yeah, it's really good. But they decided upon like hearing how many people loved Arcane, like Arcane like this show popped off. A lot of people enjoyed it. So what they decided to do, they retconned the previous like lore of Zaun and Piltover, in order to make this canon. They made Arcane canon. And you might think like, oh, like what kind of changes like did they do that will like make a huge difference? Here's like a very big change between Zaun and Piltover is that Zaun used to be under Piltover. Like it used to be underground from where Piltover is. It was literally the like underbelly of where Piltover is. And in the new Arcane, that's not how it works anymore. It's literally like two different separate locations. Again, I'm not a React channel, so I have to be very... Oh, actually, no, this is probably fine. Legends from the Rifts. Zaun. Tales of Runeterra. So this is like a whole thing that happened before Arcane, as well as a bunch of characters. Like, a bunch of stuff happens. And here, you literally see, like, here, right here. So you see Jinx, like, screws up her rocket thing. So it flies off. You see it flying off. We're currently in Piltover. She was gonna, like, blow something up. And then it goes down into Zaun. This is Zaun. This sort of canon does not exist anymore. Because and this is what Echo, you know, had the Mohawk and stuff, but that was how like Zaun and Piltover worked, was that literally Zaun was beneath Piltover, and now Arcane has shifted things so that they're now in two separate locations, separated by a bridge, multiple bridges, I think. I'm not I actually don't remember the specific details, but this is like one difference that they've made that has like shifted a bunch of stuff. And there's a bunch of champions within Zaun and Piltover that just don't have stories anymore. Like Blitzcrank here, he just doesn't exist anymore. Like, he doesn't really have any lore now. Like, 2xKO gave him lore. Like, he has something now with 2xKO. But he's like a golem created in Zaun. And because of, like, how a bunch of things are, like... And Orianna is a very good example, too. Because Orianna initially was created by a completely different person. When Arcane developed that, Orianna was created by Singed. When previously the two were like completely different. So there's like a bunch of really weird... Oh yeah, I just realized something. Wait. Where'd I put Orianna? I put her in cool. Oh, good thing I caught that. Woo, that was close. I forgot that she's an Arcane. Sort of, but yeah. But yeah, there's like a bunch of lore stuff that's shit changed. And so we just don't know what's canon and what isn't canon. The only thing that Riot Games said that is canon is Arcane and Legends of Runeterra. Legends of Runeterra being the card game. So this is the card game of everything. And this has established a bunch of lore stuff as well. But all we know that is canon is Legends of Runeterra. Sort of. Apparently some things aren't, but some are. And... Arcane and everything else that has been released since Arcane. So that's sort of the reason why I haven't been following the lore of League anymore, because I just don't know what to pay attention to anymore. There's like so much stuff going on, and there's like some stuff that like we're unsure is like how much of it is canon. Like the Ruination is probably canon, but like to what extent? Like what bits in art? So much to keep up with, but I love how much world building and lore building you can do with all these sources. Oh yeah, for sure. Like if you like League and you like play their games, like you can build up like a decent library of everything that's going on. And I will say one thing that Legends of Runeterra has done is they've improved drastically on character or on like character design. So like, because a lot of champions in League are incredibly old. So let's look at Nidalee. This is Nidalee. This is currently what Nidalee looks like. She is like a hunter, like guardian of Ishtal, which is like an Ishtal is like a region that's like fairly like isolated from all the other regions, but they're currently being invaded by Noxus. But there's like a lot of like nature magic and stuff that goes on in Ishtal. So like she's like one of the guardians and hunters of Ishtal. And like her thing is that she can transform back and forth between her human form and her cougar form. But like, you know, she doesn't look very interesting as a character here. Like she's dressed like in kind of skimpy clothing, I guess, and she has a spear. And like, you know, this is what Legends of Runeterra gave her. Or that's not a very big thing. This is better. This is better. Look what they did with her. Cause like there's a lot of traditions and like there's a lot to Ishtal as like a region that involves like traditions and like, you know, like a lot of like natural stuff and like the way they dress. She looks amazing here. Like, look at her. She's awesome compared to what she used to look like. And then this is her cougar form. And there's like much more of like a spiritual like vibe, I guess. There's better words I could use, but that's the best one I can think of off the top of my head, to like how her cougar form looks here. And like her previous cougar form is just a cougar. But like this is sick. And then we look at like League of Legends, like what the frick does her cougar form look like? Do we have like an image? Not really. But like, I mean, if you look at her thing, like you can see it over here, like in the reflection, you see her cougar form. It's just a cougar, which is fine, I guess. But like they did some really cool stuff. Princess Mononoke vibes. Yeah, it's really, really cool. I'm not going to talk about this too much. I'm going to end stream soon. But there is one more thing I really want to talk about is Seraphine. So if you don't know, Seraphine was developed at like within like the modern lens first and foremost, because they made like a Twitter account with her. There's some really bad parasocial stuff that happened with that actually, but generally speaking, this was Seraphine. She was like part of her thing. I personally think that they developed her for the KDA, like K-pop league, like the League of Legends K-pop group for KDA. So like this is the K-pop like skin set of it all. And her whole thing is that she's like a pop star. Like she's like an idol. She like sings music. She loves like creating music, that kind of stuff. And she doesn't really fit in League of Legends, you know? Like she looks too modern. There isn't like really a place that really like gives this her aesthetic like meaning. And they put her in Piltover, which, I mean, you watch Arcane, a lot of Piltover's like aesthetics and fashion and stuff is like Victorian steampunk. You don't really get that from her here. Like she doesn't look like she belongs in the universe of League of Legends. She looks like an ordinary like pop star in the modern world, and that's kind of what they designed her to be. And then we go into Legends of Runeterra Seraphine. And look at her. Look at this. She looks so much more like down to earth. Not nearly as much like she's like literally putting together her guitar here. You can give her like she clearly has the room of like a craftsman. She's dressed a little bit more like it makes more sense for her to be dressed like this as someone who lives in Piltover. And look, her hair is dyed. This is not her natural hair color. You could see that it's been dyed pink because she's planning on going to Zon to perform. And if you haven't noticed, the characters up in Piltover tend to have more like typical hair color. So like browns, blacks, that kind of stuff. Like, I guess Caitlyn is like dark blue, but if you go down all the way to Zon, everyone has like brightly colored hair. Jinx has that light blue. Vise has that like almost like a similar hue of pink. So Seraphine is pictured here as a Piltover champion who's like putting together all of her stuff, like making her guitar. Like you can see that she's literally dyeing her hair so that when she goes down to Zon to perform, like she's seen as a Zonite, not as a Piltover or as a Piltovan. This version of her is not used anymore. So this was made after the version I showed earlier. So this is the Legends of Runeterra version of Seraphine. So this is the card game version of her. And I think this version of her is so much more interesting and down to earth compared to this. You know? This just doesn't make sense in like League of Legends, like within the universe. While this does. The problem is that this is what League of Legends has. This is the character that, if you want to play Seraphine in League of Legends, this is the character that you lock in. When what I want to see is this. I want to see this or like one of these two, because that's way more interesting. And honestly, like, I think the worst part about Seraphine is they literally put her on a pedestal in game. I can't. In-game model. Yeah, look, this is what she looks like in-game. She literally has a pedestal that she stands on and it floats around for her. Like, she doesn't move, like walk or do anything. Which is like so boring. Like, they literally put her on a pedestal. Like, she is an idol. She doesn't belong here. And this is the champion that you lock in when you decide. This is the champion that you play as when you lock in Seraphine. When I personally, I want the more down-to-earth version of Seraphine, you know? I want this. Where she walks on her own feet. She makes her own guitar. She dyes her own hair. And then goes out and performs while her guitar freaking shoots fire out of the end of it. Like, look at this. This is this is like why Legends of Runeterra is awesome, and that they take like these champions and they give them so much more life, and like they make them more sense, and they add so much detail to make them feel like an actual character, you know? Obviously, like they can't go back, but this is also like why I really like talking about character design in general, because there's so much more to like see when it comes to like this kind of stuff, and like how they managed to change it so Seraphine actually fits within the universe and actually is really freaking dope, instead of literally being put on a pedestal and then singing out to the people like an idol, like a modern idol. Here she is making her own stuff and then going down to Zaun, not even Piltover. She goes down to Zaun and performs. And that's what's interesting about this character, I think. And that's why when I made this list, I'm curious about Seraphine. I think most people would probably put Seraphine right here, which is fair, I think. She's not a very interesting character. Or some people might put her here, acceptable for money, because she is people do like her. Or the people who don't think about this as much as I do are just like, she's a cute, like, female champion. She's easy to play. And, you know, she's cute. That's a good enough reason for people to like pick up a champion and play them. I'm very curious to see what kind of version of Seraphine we'll get and how her kit is going to play. And that's why I have her here. I'm trying to think. There are like other champions that they've like breathed the life into in Legends of Runeterra. But I don't. I think I need to stop yapping. I need to stop yapping. But yeah, this is why I still am invested into like League of Legends and stuff. Even if I feel educated. Oh, thank you. No, I'm just being, how should I put it? Annoying, I think. But I mean, this applies to like character design in general, methinks. I think actually here, one last character. This isn't about Legends of Runeterra though. I think Bel'Veth is a very cool design. She is a monster from the void. So the void is like an all-consuming place that has opened up into Runeterra, the world of League of Legends, and they're essentially just trying to consume and like destroy everything. And so all the characters from the void are like monstrous characters colored like purple, like pink, like these like dark blue, like dark purple colors. And like characters who are influenced by the void tend to have like the same color scheme, like Malzahar here, or like Kassadin, Kaisa. She's a demon, she's not from the void. Demons and void creatures are two different things. Oh, there's Bel'Veth. Really, where's like Cho'Gath? Did I skip over Cho'Gath? I skipped over Cho'Gath. There's Cho'Gath, like characters like Cho'Gath and stuff. So they're like literally like monsters and creatures from the void who like appear in Runeterra and are trying to consume everything. Bel'Veth is from like a separate part of the void that has mutated from like a combination of the void and Runeterra, right? So like she is like a combination, or she comes from a place that's like a combination of the void and Runeterra. And so she has like this is like how she looks. The face, like the human like face she has at the top is a false face. The actual face is this part in the center here. That's her actual face. She's basically like a stingray, or she kind of looks like a stingray, or this is a skin of her, but you get the idea. Is like this is like how she looks in the game. Oh yeah, this is actually a really good way of putting her into perspective. This is Bel'Veth. Costumes look like that Cho'Gath character. Are they related? Yeah, they're both from the void. From the same location. If you want to like see other like void champions, there's like Kog'Maw and stuff. But like generally speaking, all the there's Vel'Koz. He's also from the void. They're like monstrous like characters. Yeah, here's Rek'Sai. She's from the void. You get the idea. But like Bel'Veth is like a combination of the two. And so she is the only one that has like a human face. Like from someone that's actually like a creature that's born and bred from the void. As like a way to make herself seem not as threatening to humans before she consumes them. And I think this is a very this is a very cool way of like building a character, like a monstrous character. Like, look at this. She's freaking terrifying. But like, this is how she appears in front of mortals. But like, she's like the queen of the Lavender Sea, which is like her part of the void. And she has like a whole different agenda from the normal void. Void wants to destroy all of Runeterra and consume it. She wants to create a mix of the void and Runeterra, like creates a whole different realm that she can rule over. And it's basically like a mimicry of Runeterra, but not quite. Hence like why she looks like this. And I think that kind of stuff is cool. Like her design speaks to that very well. Like she's very clearly a monster, but like, you know, they put like a human face on her to humanize her, even though it's fake. Dude, I love character design. The way like people build characters is like always so interesting. It's also why I hate Nikke so much. You want to see the most recent character in Nikke? Feast your eyes. Actually, wait, no. There's a better example. All right, this is Snow White. Snow White is all. I love Snow White. She has such a cool design. Like her whole thing is she's like the survivalist. She's like very logical. Like everything she does, like she like creates her own weapons. Like during like some fight, she lost her arm, so she literally like took apart like one of the enemies you fight in Nikke are basically these huge robots. She like took apart one of the enemy robot raptors and then pieced together her own parts from it, and like that's her arm. And like she has like a very like simple design, but like she's like always covered with artillery, like battery unit. Like she's like such a cool character. You have Small White, or just like innocent Snow White, like before she became all jaded and upset. I love this character is really cool. Like I think her design is like one of the strongest in the entire game. So then they made a new version of her, and this is what she looks like, and I'm tilted. Like, why do they do this to her? Like what's the point of like stripping down all of her clothing just enough to like cover the important parts? This is what I get for playing a fan service game, is that I get to like talk about all these really cool characters like this, only for them to strip them down and like just be like, this is the character now. We know why, unfortunately. I know why, yeah. But okay, this is why this upsets me even more. Here's Rappi. Ignore her very thin ankles. A lot of the characters have, like earlier design characters have this, but this is what Rappi looks like originally. Her design like suits her, like it's fine. I don't have any complaints about it, like other than the fact that she's wearing high heels and stockings, but you know, whatever. Her redesign is awesome. I really like her redesign. She looks amazing here. I think she looks way better in her redesign than how she looked previously. And like, yeah, it's like there's like fan service involved. Like, you know, she shows off her cleavage a bit more. Like now, like her mini skirt like doesn't barely covers anything, so like you can see her thighs and stuff. But like, this actually makes sense for her character. Is like the really funny thing about it. I think this is an amazing way to have redesigned her. Could have been better, yeah. I would prefer a longer skirt. Maybe stockings. Not like, you know, fishnet stockings, but like real stockings. But whatever. Like, it's, I mean, I guess she does have stockings. I guess I actually didn't notice. But they're still see-through. It's whatever. But like, she looks so much better in her redesign. So like, why'd you gotta do this to my girl Snow White? Why'd you ruin her oh yeah, and then there's even worse. This is the last thing I'll talk about, I swear to God. I think Yunhua, look at her. She's like an extremely jaded, like cold character. She cares about results. Like, she's very like guarded with herself. Like she's like very mean and not cold-hearted, I shouldn't say, but she's very prickly. And I love her design. She looks amazing. And then they redesigned her, and like, why did they do this to her? What's up with the chopstick legs? A lot of the earlier designs for this game, I think the artists that they had, a lot of them have like extremely thin ankles, like very thin ankles. You want to see something? You want to see a very bad example of this? A lot of the earlier designs for the characters have like ankles that look like they'll just shatter if you like kick them in the shit. It's awful, but like if you look at like more recent characters, they've done a lot better. I'm trying to think who's one. I think Naga, for example, she's like, you can very clearly see like she has legs. They've been a lot better with it. I think it was a complaint, but yeah, older like characters originally had like stick-like ankles. It's really bad. Ever since I saw it, like it has never ceased to stop bothering me. By the way, this is best girl. Subjective, very subjective. This is my favorite character in the game, and I know it's very subjective because not a lot of people like her. She's very annoying, but I like her a lot. But in my opinion, this is best girl. And to put into perspective my tastes in like characters in general, if you know anything about Uma Musume, this is best girl in my opinion. A lot of people probably consider it pretty annoying, but after watching the anime, I think this is my favorite character. I don't give a crap. I freaking love Twin Turbo. Good thing I dropped Uma Musume. I don't play this game anymore. Never watched. It's also a game. I mean, if you've ever seen stuff about like horse girls, Like if I just typed in Uma Musume and then it shows like, yeah, this image right here, you've probably seen this. This is low-key a really fun game though. Thank God I dropped it. All right, that's it from me. I don't know if I'll stream later tonight. Maybe we'll see. It'll depend on whether or not I want to play 2xKO tonight or if I want to do something else. It's also a toss-up whether or not I'll stream on the weekend. Not on Saturday. I don't stream. I definitely won't stream Saturday evening because that's D&D night for me and some friends. But don't expect anything there. But next time I'll stream will definitely be on Tuesday. Or I'll definitely have a stream on Tuesday. As for any other day, we'll see. I will be... Wait. Today is what? The 5th? Oh yeah, I'm leaving next week Thursday for the tournament. It's in California, and I'm on the East Coast. And I have like a 2-hour layover. Very exciting. But yeah, I am going to the tournament next week on Thursday, so I definitely won't be streaming after that point. So hopefully we'll be ready for it. I'm streaming 2xKO for a reason. So like I like play more or force myself to play and stream more at the same time. Two bird, one stone. Are you gonna update us about that? Maybe. If I don't go 0-2, I mean, when I get back, I'll probably talk about it because I'm definitely gonna buy some merch and stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure. I probably will talk about it when I get back, but what's probably gonna happen is like I'll show up, I'll win like hopefully I'll go like 2-2 or something. Like I'll win 2 games before I lose twice. Because it's a double elimination bracket, so you get 2 losses. Once you lose twice, you're out of the tournament. So hopefully I'll go 2-2 instead of going 0-2, but we'll see. If I show up, it'd be very funny if one of my games is broadcasted to their stream. It'd be very funny. I think the problem with that though is I'm not using like my typical username. I'm using my standard username, not my stream username. So even if I do show up on stream, I don't think any of you guys would find me. Except for Carrots, because Carrots actually knows what that username is because he stalked me. But where can I watch it? It's called Genesis. Or the tournament is called Genesis. Here it is. San Jose, California. I don't know how you'll watch it. Maybe TNS will stream it. It'll be on Twitch, and I'm sure there'll be a YouTube restream somewhere too. But yeah. That's that. I mean, I'll be talking about it more for like next week as well. So I mean, I'm streaming on Tuesday at the very minimum, but I'll probably be pulling some evening streams as well to play more so that I can get good. Because as I said, I'm not an RE player. I like recently picked her up as my duo with Braum, so I'm still trying to learn. Hopefully I'll be able to figure it out soon enough. But yeah, that'll be all for today. Thank you guys for watching. Maybe tonight, I don't know next time I'll stream, but we'll see. Some gorilla stream at some point in the next few days. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time it may be for you. If you haven't, please get up, stretch, get a drink of water. If it's late, please go to bed and take care of yourselves. Thank you guys for sticking around, and hopefully I will see you guys next time.